Broadcasting live from the shadow of the South End Zone at Lambeau Field. Alongside Gabe Neitzel and Super Bowl champion Jared Bush, here's Alex Strofe.
Home opener time for the Green Bay Packers. It is Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. He is Gabe Neitzel, who I am already over, and the show has not even started yet. He has yet to say a word on the air, and I'm done with Gabe already. Alex Strofe with you. Super Bowl champ Jared Bush will join us later this hour. Jason Wilde will join us next hour. Demovsky will join us this hour. A couple more special guests sprinkled in for the home opener as the Green Bay Packers 0-1 take on the fellow 0-1 team, except they're going to have their starting quarterback. That's the Indianapolis Colts here in about 3 hours. Right there at Lambeau Field, we are live from the South End Zone at the Tundra Trio at Lambeau Field in beautiful Green Bay. Beautiful September day for football, except your attitude is crap.
My attitude? What did I do?
Your attitude is crap.
I am here. I am excited. It's a beautiful day.
Oh, yeah, you seem so excited. Yep.
I'm excited for football. I'm terrified to watch the Packers play offense because they have a quarterback who what is the best thing you have heard about Malik Willis this week?
He's mobile.
That's it? That's it?
Yeah.
So
got some wheels.
So it's – and also, I do not agree with the way the Packers have handled this all week.
Oh, I don't either. That I can agree with you.
It just doesn't give me faith because I don't think the Packers have faith in Malik Willis. They go out, look, I think they were doing their due diligence when they went out there and they made an inquiry to Ryan Tannehill to see if he would be available. Whatever happened there, he's obviously not here this week. I don't know why the Packers decided they needed to deny that report.
Yeah.
But then, so I understand, I guess, wanting to deny the report even though it happened, but you could just say you're doing due diligence. This is a big boy league. This is professional football. If Malik Willis's feelings got hurt because you were looking at a different quarterback, like that's tough, man. Like you got to win football games. So they try to deny that, and Malik's our guy. Malik's our guy. We're doing all these different things. Yet you are falsely keeping the door or window open. Oh, Jordan. It's more day-to-day than anything. Yeah. He's not playing today.
No.
He was questionable. He was downgraded to doubtful yesterday. He's not going to be playing. So while you're trying to build up the confidence of Malik Willis by trying to keep the door open for Jordan Love, to me you're also saying, we don't really believe in this guy. We're hoping Jordan makes some sort of miraculous recovery and is able to play against the Indianapolis Colts. So all of the moves the Packers have made scream to me, we don't believe in this guy.
And I don't think that's unfair, Gabe, right? I think there are serious concerns when it comes to Malik Willis, who the Packers traded for 2.5 weeks ago in exchange for a 7th-round pick from next week's opponent, the Tennessee Titans. As Malik Willis comes to town, he has 2.5 weeks to get the playbook. So the thing that does make me nervous, real quick, Gabe, is the fact that we remember last year. We remember the first half of last season. Rookies, first-year guys, struggling big time with grasping the playbook, wrong routes being run, all the in-betweens. It took until midway through the season for this offense to really get going a year ago. You have a quarterback who's been in the system 2.5 weeks, running the show today, likely, in Malik Willis, assuming Jordan Love is indeed out. We'll find out about 10:30 if that is the case. I know you and I both assume that to be the case.
He's out.
Oh, I know. I'm just, I'm not going to be a doctor right now.
Okay, all right.
We'll get to how Matt LaFleur has handled this in a minute, Gabe. But that concerns me. I'm not, I'm going to say this. I, Malik, will leave that he will play all right today.
What makes you think that? He has not proven on an NFL field that he can. See,
I understand that.
As a rookie, he started 3 games. Mm-hmm. What's the most yards he threw in any one of those games? Most yards he threw for?
Probably less than 200.
99.
Less than 100.
He has never thrown for 100 yards in an NFL game, Strofe.
And he has not thrown a touchdown in an NFL game either, so the concerns are fair. From Gabe Neitzel. What gives me optimism and hope, though, Gabe, is the fact that he's stepping into a really friendly system, right? It's the same system that San Francisco runs. They've made it work with Mr. Irrelevant. They've made it work with Jordan Mason, who scored 3 touchdowns last week.
Which is great for a running back, tough for a quarterback. Think about Jordan Love, who had been in the system for a year and a half when he stepped in and played against the Kansas City Chiefs in 2021. How'd that go?
Not well, as we know.
And that even then comes from somebody that we know to be good now in Jordan Love.
But you do understand the maturation of the head coach and the play caller. You understand the maturation of the guys around him. I would say the skill position players around
there's still
Malik
maturation
Willis today is better than they were around Love in that game.
No, disagree. They had Devontae Adams.
Okay, one piece. Aaron Jones was healthy.
Yeah, they had Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones.
They have Jaden Reed and Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, well,
that's pretty good.
That's not that is not. I mean, Jaden Reed, he's nice. He's not Devontae.
He's leading receiver in the NFL through 1 week.
Cool. You know who led the league in receiving for an entire year? You know who's a first-team All-Pro on a Hall of Fame track?
Yeah. So remember 5 minutes ago when I said I'm already sick of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to do this for another 2 hours and 55 minutes.
But, so again, the problem I have with Malik, and the one thing I keep going through in my head, is. And I said this on Friday, and I don't know. The more I've thought about it, I don't know how much blame I want to place on Goody here, because it's partially on him. If the team plays really well today and they lose, and the obvious deficiency is quarterback, that to me is on Goody. But I don't know how much I can really blame him if he did indeed reach out to Ryan Tannehill, despite them denying
the report.
They did it.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So he may have tried to upgrade the position and get somebody there. And I don't mind the Malik Willis move. Look, if Sean Clifford, if you don't believe in him, which obviously they don't, it's the reason why they released him, put him on the practice squad, then you try to upgrade the position by getting somebody that you know what, Malik Willis can be our project. That's fine. It's just unfortunate then that he has to step in week 2. Like if this was week 13, 14, I would feel better about it because now he's been here. Now I'd feel a little bit better because at least he's been here. It hasn't been 19 days. You could probably put more of the playbook in. It's going to be such a pared down version of what they want to be able to do at this point because he has only been here for 19 days. And so I'm trying to figure out, okay, would I feel better if they signed Ryan Tannehill at the beginning of the week and he had 5 days? I mean, maybe a little bit better because I've seen Ryan Tannehill have
regular
good games
success,
in the NFL, but at the same time, he's not somebody who's been playing football on a regular basis since he, stepped away from the game at the end of last year. So it was a tricky situation that the Packers found themselves in, and maybe they needed a better plan coming into the season, and that's the part I am struggling to try to marry up and justify in terms of how irresponsible was it to have Malik Willis be your backup quarterback at the beginning of the season.
Irresponsible, the word choice by the great Gabe Neitzel. Alex Stroke with you. It's Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. We are live in the south end zone of Lambeau Field at the Tundra Trio Houses, just next to Lot 1. People starting to file in about 3 hours away from kickoff between the Indianapolis Colts and the Green Bay Packers. I just want to recap the week that was a little bit, and I know we've kind of flown through it, but let's just go through the past 9 days or so, shall we?
Let's do it.
So last Friday, the Packers lose in Brazil to the Philadelphia Eagles. With 6 seconds remaining on the clock, Jordan Love goes down and is diagnosed as a sprained MCL. Matt LaFleur's Monday press conference, what does he say, Gabe? He says, Jordan's not out. He's just not practicing. What does Matt LaFleur say Wednesday, Gabe? Jordan's not out. He's just not practicing.
It's more day-to-day.
Yeah. So Matt LaFleur refusing to rule out Jordan Love. The official designation for the games come out Friday. And what is Jordan Love listed as on Friday, Gabe?
Questionable.
Saturday, the news breaks that Jordan Love has been downgraded to what, Gabe?
Doubtful.
And now we will see Malik Willis, we assume, unless something insane happens. Do you even want to see Jordan Love if he's cleared today?
Well, if he was cleared, yes, but there's no way he was going to be cleared is the problem with a sprained MCL. Once he's cleared by doctors, yes, I would love to see him out there. And Diana Rossini had a report over at The Athletic that she put up yesterday about what she was hearing on the Jordan Love front, saying, quote, that's not happening in terms of Love playing the game today. But the more important part going forward is, those in the know, today would have been a long shot. Most optimistic timeline would have him back week 4 against the Vikings, which is something that Adam Schefter floated out on Monday already when he was on the Pat McAfee show. But Love is expected to wear a knee brace when he does return for the protection and function of the knee. So hopefully it ends up being just this week, next week, and he's able to return when we're back here in 2 weeks at Lambeau Field. But the fact of the matter is you are going to be without him for at least the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Malik Willis revenge game next week. That's pretty exciting. I'll be in Nashville next week.
Okay.
I get to see the Malik Willis revenge game. Can you call that a revenge game?
Well, I mean, they did give up on him. Yeah. They did give up on him. He's likely still going to be the starter for the Green Bay Packers next week.
All right.
And speaking of the injury report, and you brought up Jaden Reed.
Yeah, questionable.
Haven't really talked about that. Is that concerning, or are we just assuming that's actual question? Because I feel like today in the NFL, when you're listed as questionable, it's more of a surprise
Probable.
when you don't play. Yeah, because probable doesn't exist anymore. So when you're questionable, it feels like, okay. And every once in a while, questionable means you don't end up playing.
Christian McCaffrey.
But I would say, well, again, they just like Jordan Love was questionable earlier this week, Christian McCaffrey was questionable going into the game on Monday night. But I'm assuming he's playing, and I'll be more surprised if he's not. But the fact that he's on the injury report is a little bit concerning.
Yeah, stick with us. 10:30, we will take a look at the injury report presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Jason Wilde will be with us to break down who's in, who is out. Jaden Reed, Jordan Love, the two big names on the injury report for the Packers today. All right, I want to play a little game coming up next, Gabe.
Okay.
I want to do optimism and pessimism for Malik Willis, the likely starter for the Green Bay Packers. I would just like to address a text on the ESPN Wisconsin Talking Text line, 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-ESPN. You can text in. Jacob says, Gabe is so negative, it's sickening. So we're going to, Gabe, deep breath. We're gonna try to let
me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Am I negative, or am I being realistic about the situation?
Two things can be true, right? I think you are being realistic, but you're also being as negative as possible.
I am just pointing out the things that people have said. Like, for example, did you happen to hear the report that Jen Latta passed along on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy and WTMJ this week?
We will hear from Jen Latta on WTMJ earlier this week. Coming up next, a little optimism, a little pessimism. We talk the Malik Willis dilemma. That's up next on Green Bay Game Day.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
The Island invites you to fall into golf with late-season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. Fall golf rates run September 16th through the end of the 2024 season, with tee time starting at $75 and stay-and-play packages starting at $110. And submit your 2025 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Injuries happen, but you don't have to play in pain or stay on the sidelines. Whether it's your kids dealing with a sports injury, college athletes, or the rest of us weekend warriors, the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin will quickly diagnose your problem, lay out a treatment plan that works for you, and get you back in the game. They fixed my knee. My mother-in-law is back on the dance floor with a new hip. These are the experts you can trust. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Who's looking for a deal? Well, Cousin Subs has a better deal just for you. Cousin's new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a regular fountain beverage, and cookie at cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app for just $10. Now that's a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
I don't think the Jets or the Dolphins are going to win the division. I think that belongs to the Buffalo Bills. So if you're asking me who's the team that can go on the road in the playoffs and get a win, I'm going to say it's the New York Jets with Aaron Rodgers over Tua. That's not hard for me. That's not a reach.
Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN. Over the past 20 years, Wisconsin has seen a huge increase in reported elder abuse cases. Elder abuse is the verbal, physical, emotional, sexual, or financial abuse of a senior citizen. It can also be the intentional or unintentional neglect of an older person. Wisconsin's population of seniors 65 and older is projected to grow significantly in the coming decades. That's why we all share the responsibility to help protect our seniors by recognizing and reporting any signs of elder abuse. If you believe that elder abuse has been inflicted upon yourself or someone you know, please report it. Call the Wisconsin Elder Abuse Hotline toll-free at 1-833-586-0107 or visit reportelderabusewI.org. Respect our elders. Report abuse. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Justice.
This project is supported by the Administration for Community Living, ACL, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, as part of a financial assistance award totaling $120,000 with 100% funding by ACL HHS. The contents are those of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL HHS or the U.S. government.
Game day coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
You gotta fight for your right to party!
Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, with you on ESPN Wisconsin 620 WTMJ. That's Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strope with you from the south end zone of Lambeau Field at the Tundra Trio Houses, just outside Lambeau Field. He's not only getting on my nerves, he's getting on everybody's nerves with his Malik Willis pessimism. Mike on the text line, 800-990-3776. Mike in the 414 says he was absolutely negative early last year, and all of a sudden he's realistic? Talking about you, Gabe.
They were 2-5 last year. There wasn't much optimism to be had after some of the performances they had, like, against the Raiders in Vegas.
Old-timer Dave on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube chat says, who's to say Malik Willis won't have a couple of great games?
Well, I mean, again, the evidence isn't there just to go, yeah, like sometimes if you just wander out in the street, you won't get hit by traffic either, right? Like if you just blindly just go, hey, like, there's no reason. Go walk across Wisconsin Avenue in the in the middle of the day. Yeah, maybe you won't get hit by traffic. It's possible.
Maybe you will.
Yeah, it's certainly possible.
All right, let's play a game. And since Gabe has been so negative, I will give in. We will start with the negativity. Jen Latta, host of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You're Gabe. She's Jen in that show. That's a wild concept. Jen Latta was on Wisconsin's Morning News on 620 WTMJ earlier this week with Vince Vitrano. Eric Billstad had this to say about Malik Willis and his time in Tennessee with the Titans.
Folks affiliated with the Tennessee football team hope he starts week 3 when the Packers take on the Titans.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, heck of an endorsement, huh? So here's what I got when I was talking to folks around the Tennessee program. He's a great kid, well-meaning and polite, soft-spoken.
I'm not interested in any of those 100%. Things right now. But have you ever?
Are you familiar with the compliment sandwich?
Yes, right. Yes. However,
right. Hear me out. Struggles with football. That is an actual sentence I was given by someone who is familiar with his game. Struggles with football. Has issues diagnosing what is happening in front of him. Struggles to operate. Takes a lot of unnecessary sacks. He had never called plays in a huddle before he came to the NFL. The center for the Tennessee Titans, the center on the offensive line, guys, was calling plays for a stretch when Malik Willis was called into duty.
That's Jen Latta on WTMJ earlier this week. Alex Strofe, Gabe Neitzel with you, and Gabe Neitzel's eyes looked like they were about to pop out of his head after hearing he didn't call plays until he ended up in the NFL. Struggles with football?
Yeah, but Packers by 21, right?
Packers by 4. Packers by 4.
You hear that, and you're like, oh, yeah, I've got confidence the Packers are going to win. Like, okay, Lambeau Field, beautiful Lambeau Field, historic Lambeau Field. What do they do inside of that building?
They play football.
And the starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, what now?
Allegedly struggles with football. Look, Gabe.
I mean, so here's where I have the problem with Malik Willis. Because, yes, it's fun to hey, he started 3 games, didn't throw for 100 yards. That was 2 years ago when he was a rookie. It would be great if I could go, okay, but you know what? this person associated with the Titans, this coach, this reporter from the Titans has said, you know what? That was a long time ago. He has gotten better. He has done this. I have not seen. Again, I asked you this earlier, and you said the best thing that you had seen about Malik Willis was
mobility. Yeah.
He's an athlete.
Yeah.
That is the only positive thing I have heard. Everything else has been negative. All of the data points that we have been given for Malik Willis have not been good. And that's where I struggle going, yeah, you know what? The defense is going to step up. Because guess what the defense did not do last week?
Step up.
Oh, yeah, they'll just be able to figure it out and run the football 40 times. Guess what they struggled with in the first half? They struggled running the football. I'm trying. I want to be optimistic on the home opener and get excited about everything. But when the scouting report on the guy you're starting at the most important position is, quote, struggles with football, I have a hard time being positive.
I understand. Yeah, struggles with football, not a good thing to hear by any means for a former day 2 pick in the NFL draft and now, of course, the likely starter for the Green Bay Packers today. Now, when I hear that, I don't doubt the validity of the report by Jen because that's what she does best, right? I don't doubt the conversations that we're having inside that building.
We're getting Jen Latta, an Emmy Award-winning reporter.
Multiple times.
Yeah, multiple Emmy Award winner so her brain goes off like, oh, let me find out more information about Malik Willis. Does some digging, and this is the information that she comes up with.
Now, we can acknowledge, though, to flip this optimistically, Malik Willis was in a really bad situation in Tennessee. The receivers around him stunk, Gabe. Name one. You can't do it. Talk about multiple head coaches, multiple offensive coordinators, multiple general managers. He's walking out of a terrible situation into a pretty solid situation. You talk about the growth of an offense, a very quarterback-friendly offense. That's what gives me optimism today. Now, back to your point on the defense. Jeff Hafley's led defense, which allowed 34 points in week 1 to a very good Philadelphia Eagles offense down in Brazil. The old saying is, and I'm not saying this saying always proves true, but the old saying is NFL teams make their biggest jump from week 1 to week 2. Another week against a little bit less of a potent offense. Now, don't get me wrong, the dynamic duo of Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor, it scares me a little bit.
Well, and their receiving core is underrated. It's not right. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith.
No, but it's Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, which is not a bad 1-2 punch.
No, and honestly, I mean, their receiving core is probably right around the same skill level as the Green Bay Packers, and probably, honestly, a little bit more proven.
Definitely more proven in terms of Michael Pittman.
Yep.
Right, because he's been in the league longer than every receiver on the Packers roster, which is bananas to comprehend here still a year later. But I do have faith that Jeff Hafley's defense can step up. The other good news is Malik Willis is facing one of the worst defenses in the league. Name anybody on that defense besides DeForest Buckner.
Yeah, but he can wreck games.
He can, but Packers' offensive line did look pretty good. Only allowed 2 sacks last week against Philadelphia.
You think the offensive line played well?
I don't think they won the game because clearly they didn't. But I don't think they were horrible. No.
I mean,
only allowing 2 sacks. They didn't open things up as much as you would like, of course, for Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, and honestly, I think the reason because they didn't give up more sacks is because Jordan is mobile and was able to escape some of that pressure. The touchdown pass he had to Jaden Reed, the big one, he's able to escape the pocket, get up to his right, and just drop a dime down there. Same thing at the end of the game. First play after the ill-fated kick return by Keyshawn Nixon, Jordan's able to make a spectacular play, spinning out of the pocket and just throwing a dart up the left sideline to Jaden Reed. And Malik is an athlete, but if he's someone who's taking too much time to process, I'm expecting those sack numbers to go up. And again, I go back to this. I guarantee you, whatever, in ESPN Indianapolis, as they do this right now, you're going, name one player on that defense other than DeForest Buckner. They're going, name a player on that defense other than Jair Alexander who did not play well last week.
No, he did not. I will agree with that. But Xavier McKinney, Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, I would imagine they're familiar with some of those names.
Look, man, I keep coming back to it. We overvalue Rashawn Gary as a Packers fan base. I don't think he's respected across the league. I don't think that Shane Steichen went into this game plan going, oh, man, guys.
He's a game wrecker, right?
Ooh, boy, we got to make sure we got a really good game plan to make sure that number 52 is blocked on the other side. I don't think they're doing that right now. The only sack he got last week was because the Eagles thought that somebody was offside and it stopped.
I often call Hunter Vaughn, who produces Mr. Relevant Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12:30 on ESPN Wisconsin digital platforms. I often call him a doomsday fan.
Okay.
You're reminding me a lot of Hunter right now.
Well,
the sky isn't falling, Gabe.
No.
It's week 2 in the NFL.
No.
This is the best time possible for Jordan Love to miss a couple of weeks.
Is it?
This is the easiest stretch of the Packers' schedule, absolutely 100%.
It is. It absolutely is.
And I'm not sitting here and saying Malik Willis is going to win comeback player of the year, but all he has to do is not lose the game. If he doesn't turn the ball over, the Packers win this game by a touchdown.
No, they just can't score.
Your eyes
points.
are going to pop out of your head.
Yes,
they can, Gabe. It's a Matt LaFleur-led offense. He's been the head coach for 7 years. They've led the league in points 3 of those.
Yeah, did they lead the league in points last year?
No. But also, let's keep in mind what the second half of last season brought.
Sure.
And
because
I
because
get
of
Malik
why?
Willis isn't Jordan Love. I get that.
It's everything we've heard from Malik Willis. I don't know how much he belongs in the league.
He was in a horrible situation.
Sure, and he's got elite athleticism.
You don't evaluate a guy as a day 2 pick if he stinks that bad, Gabe. He's capable of playing quarterback. And it's impossible for me to comprehend that if he can't play quarterback, if he's so damn bad, why isn't Sean Clifford starting today?
Because he's worse.
Yeah.
Think about how frustrated Packer fans were last week when you saw the Bears win a game in like the most Bears way ever, right?
Yeah.
Get a special teams touchdown, get a pick six. I mean, and as hilarious as the pick six was, because let's face it, it was one of the funniest pick sixes I've seen in a while when Will Levis is just trying to Brett Favre backhand shovel pass to the sideline, and then he's just on his knees with his hands on his head. It was just hilarious. That guy, Malik Willis could not compete with him to the point where he was probably going to be cut, and the Packers were able to pick him up for a 7th-round pick instead. That guy that we were all making fun of last week, Malik Willis couldn't beat him out. Malik Willis has one win. You know what happened in that one win? Derrick Henry rushed for 219 yards. Josh Jacobs ain't Derrick Henry. Josh Jacobs is really good.
Come on.
Josh Jacobs is good.
Come on.
He's good. He's not Derrick Henry. He's not Derrick Henry in his prime.
He's not Derrick Henry in his prime.
Derrick Henry's a Hall of Famer.
He's Derrick Henry level this year, though. He was an All-Pro 2 years ago, Gabe.
Yeah. And
I just feel like you're completely undervaluing what other pieces are around Jordan Love. I understand last year Jordan Love elevated the guys around him.
Yes.
I get that completely. Mm-hmm. But now it's those guys' turn this week and next week and maybe the following week, depending on how long Love is out, to elevate their quarterback. And it's doable. This Packers offense is really skilled.
How good did Devontae Adams make Aiden O'Connell last year?
That's a horrible example. The Packers team is so much better than that Raiders team was a year ago. And I understand they beat them head-to-head. But the Packers team that I'm referring to is the one we saw go into Dallas in the wild card round of the playoffs and smoke the 2 seed on the road. The Packers team I'm referring to is the team that had San Francisco back against the wall, the eventual NFC champion in the divisional round. That's the Packers offense I'm referring to.
And
I believe that Packers offense can elevate Malik Willis no matter how doo-doo you think he is. That's the Packers offense I'm referring to, and I think that's what we'll see today at Lambeau Field.
If you can't process it, I mean, there's a reason why quarterbacks are getting 60, 55, $53.1 million. If you can't process as a quarterback, which is what we have heard about Malik Willis, the entire offense falls apart, man. Like, if he can't process and throw the ball down the field, it's going to be hard. As good as Josh Jacobs is, again, the reason why I say he's not Derrick Henry can run against 8-man boxes. Derrick Henry can, one of my favorite things when Derrick Henry was in his prime was the leading rusher in the league is Derrick Henry. The second leading rusher in the league is Derrick Henry after contact.
Yeah.
Right? He's just different. And you're able to survive someone with Malik Willis and win a game 17-10. Because then on the other side, now the Packers defense needs to step up. And the Packers defense last week looked oddly like the defense we've seen the last how many ever years.
Yeah, you're totally right on that.
So that's where I become concerned, because I'm looking around going, okay, maybe the offense can step up. But even if Malik Willis can't process, okay, so what? At most they can do is 17, best case scenario, 20 points. Like, they're not scoring 35 today.
No.
But
neither are the Colts.
It's possible.
Oh, God.
Okay, maybe I'm the only one who saw Saquon Barkley running wild against the Packers
Week
last week.
Week one. And Saquon Barkley is a better back than Jonathan Taylor.
Sure, but Jonathan Taylor's really damn close.
Yeah, I won't argue with
Jonathan Taylor's really damn close. And that's where I have issue. Okay, so now you bring up a safety in the box. Guess who just broke next gen stats last week with a throw down the field? Literally broke off the charts with the throw because he went 65 yards in the air.
Plenty of reaction rolling in on the ESPN Wisconsin Talking Text line. 800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN, and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. You want a pro-Gabe text or you want an anti-Gabe text first?
Let's do the anti.
Ed says, Stropey, put a muzzle on Gabe. Todd says, did we lose the game already? Sure sounds like it.
No, but And also, I want you to realize, if they do indeed win today, just how bleeping good that would be because of what they have to overcome.
It'd be great. LJ on the text line says, Gabe is a realist. I believe Clifford will be the quarterback after the Packers' third series if he doesn't start the game. And Petey Pablo says, have Strofe watch the first quarter. He'll come around. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Rob Demovsky joins us. Super Bowl champ Jarrett Bush joins us. It's Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
We're back with Green Bay Game Day after this on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
$1 million. That's big, really big. This September, Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is handing out a cool million, and you've got a shot at winning your share. The big $1 million giveaway is here. Just play with your rewards card and you're entered to win. Couldn't be easier and couldn't be bigger. No wonder it's called the Big One. For more details, visit paysbig.com/big one. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Forward Theater presents King James, a comedy about friendship between two diehard fans during LeBron James' basketball career. One of the greatest NBA players to ever hit the courts, his influence brought promise and renewal to an entire city. This fast-paced comedy chronicles the turbulent bond between two fans whose fortunes are tied to their basketball idol. It's a slam dunk of a bromance. Performing now through September 29th at Overture Center. Get your tickets today at forwardtheater.com. That's forwardtheater.com.
The 2024 Putts for Pups golf outing, with proceeds benefiting the Dane County Humane Society, is back and bigger than ever. Presented by Bruner Realty and ESPN Madison and hosted at Blackhawk Country Club, Putts for Pups is a great day of golf aimed at raising money for an even greater cause. Last year's event raised over $32,000 for DCHS. Donate or find out how you can get involved at puttsforpups.com. That's puttsforpups.com. Putts for Pups is proudly sponsored by Avid Plumbing.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honey's. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honey's to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honey's experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honey's.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 12th for pitchers, catchers, and position players. This annual event has attracted the top talent from across the Midwest for 13 years. This is your chance to showcase your skills in front of the top colleges in the country, and the camp is open to all players in the 2025 through 2028 grad classes. Visit grbacademy.com to register now. Raise baseball. Raise your game.
This is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Green Bay Game Day rolls on live from the south end zone of Lambeau Field ahead of the home opener for the Packers taking on the 0-1 Indianapolis Colts. Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. Distilled 6 times till it's just right. Tito's is known for great vodka, giving back and doing good for dogs. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly. Alex Strofe, Gabe Neitzel with you on Green Bay Game Day. Excited to be joined now for the rest of the show. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's a Packers legend. Jared Bush joins us now outside of Lambeau Field. What's up, Jared? How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Hey, thanks for having me on, man. It's a beautiful day. Hopefully the Packers can get that W. Looking forward to it.
Jared's going to be joining us for a majority of home games this Packers season. Gabe and I have been bickering all morning.
First of all, did anybody tell you this is radio? He comes up, he's got the great suit coat on, he's got the nice sport jacket, he's got the tie. He's looking fantastic.
I'm wearing a plain black T-shirt. He's making me look like an absolute joke, so thanks for that. Appreciate it.
A little bit cooler, though. I would have chose the white V-neck, but hey.
Fair.
I love it. Love it.
I feel all right. I'm not sweating too bad. Jared Bush, Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strofe with you. Rob Demovsky will join us momentarily from inside Lambeau Field as we get you set for kickoff. So, as I mentioned, Jared, Gabe and I have been bickering the last 35 minutes about Malik Willis and the potentials. He likely gets the start today for the Green Bay Packers. We were talking a little bit off the air. He's got the mobility.
He has the legs.
That's about all we got.
Right. I think given a game plan, I think Matt LaFleur definitely has his work cut out for him to allow him to design some plays, hopefully some read option. Give it to Josh Jacobs. But I think he's gonna definitely have to distribute the ball, right? Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, gotta get Jaden Reed the ball. He's been a star every time he touches the rock. So I look forward to him running through tackles, heading that fly sweep. So looking forward to it.
How tough can it be to run the football, though, when everybody knows you want to run the football? Clearly with Josh Jacobs and Malik Willis coming in, they had success in the one game he did win with Derrick Henry back in Tennessee. But I'm guessing when you're facing an 8-man box, it's really tough to get those running lanes.
Yeah, it is. And hopefully, again, Matt LaFleur definitely has his work cut out for him. Hopefully, he has some prayers up in the air for him, to allow him to do some play action, to keep the offense honest, and so that to get them to bite and to be able to hit the tight end down the seam, or maybe a quick pop pass, out to the flat, to allow Malik to build confidence. I think that's going to be the biggest factor today, is how much confidence can you build in Malik Willis early and often.
Green Bay Game Day with you, Alex Strofe, Gabe Neitzel, Super Bowl champ Jared Bush, joining us now from right there in Lambeau Field as ESPN NFL Nation reporter, the great Rob Demovsky, joins us now ahead of Packers Colts. Rob, I imagine you know what we've been discussing all morning, and that would be Malik Willis. Gabe is the biggest pessimist I've met in my entire life when it comes to Malik Willis's chances, as he's the likely starter for the Packers today. Can you inject some optimism into our program about the Packers' likely starter, please?
Alex, I thought I came to the stadium this morning with some optimism, and the more I walk around and just look at things, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I feel a little bit more like Gabe now. I just think it's going to be really, really difficult. But, look, Matt LaFleur is going to need some other aspect of his football team to, take over, whether it's defense just completely shutting down the Colts, whether it's passing game, running game, maybe they got to shut both down. Takeaways that they turn into points, a special teams game-changing play. That they can't rely on Malik Willis to win the game by himself. I don't think they can win a 31-30 football game. I just don't think that's in the cards. I think they got to win a 17-14, a 13-10 type of football game.
Hold on. You mentioned while you're watching what you're watching, you're not gaining a ton of optimism. What exactly are you watching, Rob?
Well, I was just walking around. Literally walking around the field. That's it. Just Nobody else was out there, just me and my own thoughts.
Well, so I know it's so limited. It's not, a training camp practice where the media can watch the whole thing. It's super limited to what you guys get to see once the regular season begins. What have you seen, if anything, in the portions of practice open to you guys from Malik Willis?
Well, Gabe, I saw him stretch.
Okay.
I saw him.
Did he look limber? Did he look loose? Or are the hips a little tight?
You know what? I'm going to get back to that. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to get back to that in a second. I saw him hand off, and I saw him throw. I saw him throw short check down passes in a drill that you were required to throw short check down passes. Not that he was turning down others. But I want to go back to that. I'm glad, Gabe, that you mentioned the hip thing. Okay, because here's something I think is worth watching. I talked to somebody in the league who knows quarterbacks really well and told me that if Malik Willis has to throw to his left, he might have a tough time. His hips are a little tight. He doesn't necessarily pivot very well, and that's a fundamental thing. It's also maybe a strength or a training or something. I do think that the Packers, when they acquired Malik Willis, they thought if they could spend the year with him, that they could take his athletic ability and his relative understanding of how offenses work, but fix his fundamentals, that they could turn him into something. They certainly didn't expect that 20 days after they traded him.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, this is Jared Bush. Hey,
JB.
I want to ask a question. Yeah, I want to ask a question about the defensive side of the ball. Who is running scout team, and what did that look like in the sense of maybe what Anthony Richardson and what they may need to stop?
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is, Jared, they only have 2 quarterbacks on the roster, so and Malik Willis isn't taking any scout teams. That means Sean Clifford had to simulate it. You know better than I do, but how much does that matter in practice to get a guy to simulate what they can do, or are you just going off the cards and it doesn't really matter? But I don't know that they necessarily are in a huge bit of trouble because I think they've already played quarterback or a quarterback that can do things in both the pass game and the run game like Jalen Hurts could last week. But there's not a lot of film on Richardson either, right? Like, what has he started? Was it 5 games that he started?
5 games, 4 last year and then last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now, I mean, last week he threw a couple pretty impressive balls down the field. But it's not like there's a big book on Anthony Richardson either.
Right.
Yeah, Jared, I want to go back to something Rob said, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you played cornerback at a high level. You had an interception of freaking Super Bowl, for God's sake. When you hear what we're saying about Malik Willis as an opposing corner, are you just licking your chops ready to play him? Like, what's the mindset going into a game with a backup quarterback who has not been accomplished at all in the league?
Yeah, so we see him as like a Russell Wilson type quarterback. Or maybe a run-first, pass-second quarterback.
Sure.
So, therefore, we want to contain him. Don't let him get outside the pocket. If we let him get outside the pocket, I think that's where he can really hurt us. That's where he'll get the bulk of his yards because we're downfield coverage, right? We have our head is away from the quarterback, so, therefore, we can't see that scramble. So, it's really on the front 7 to corral him and kind of circle the wagons to make sure that he doesn't get loose and so that we don't get gashed with the defense.
Good insight. Hey, Gabe Knight's Alex.
JB.
Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah.
JB, remember how Woodson would just feast on first-time or young starting quarterbacks? Like Charles would eat those guys for lunch. But I'm wondering if back then, though, quarterbacks weren't running as much as the guys were today. I wonder if it makes it. I wonder if that makes it like you can't just tee off and say we're going to just try to get takeaway after takeaway on these guys now. Maybe it's still the same, but it does. I do wonder if you can, attack young first-time or inexperienced quarterbacks like you guys used to do when Wood was back there.
Yeah. Dom, he definitely drew up some nice defenses where we had a spy. I think Michael Vick. I think they were wearing the green jerseys, and I think again in the playoffs. And he definitely knew that. Hey, Michael Vick, he can really take it to town, or he can hit the home run on a drop back. And so we really had to dial in. We had to make sure we had, I forget what quarterback we had to mimic that before going to the game, but it was really crucial. I think it made Dom nervous in the meeting room, and so we really had to execute, and we did, and we accomplished it. But at the same time, I remember Nick Collins, knocking Michael Vick out of bounds, on a 60-yard run too. So I think he really gashed us. But if it weren't for Nick Collins in his prime to run him down, I think he might have scored on just a drop back pass. Yeah. So that's what ability a running quarterback can do. Now,
defensively, Rob, you mentioned, and I think everybody agrees with you. In order for the Packers to win this game, it's going to have to be a 2017, 17-14, grinded out type of game. Defense did not play that type of defense last week. Where do you think they need to step up the most?
I feel like the default answer all the time is it's stopping the run. Until they do it, it's just been so maddening around here, and why it's just something that they've not been able to solve regardless of who the coordinator is. I do think there were some good signs. Obviously, getting 3 takeaways is huge. Yeah. I know I mentioned this on some shows earlier in the week, but they had 7 interceptions all of last season. 7. They had 2, in the first game last week. I think that's a good sign. I think Xavier McKinney is a good addition. I think you're going to see Evan Williams on the field. He didn't play a single defensive snap last week. I asked Jeff Hafley about that, and he said we have to get 33 on the field. He was the biggest playmaker they had in training camp. So I do think there's going to be some areas that they're going to have to, they're going to have to continue to get takeaways, and they're going to figure out how to stop the run.
Rob Demovsky with us here on Green Bay Game Day. Something we've kind of brushed over all week, given the status of Jordan Love and all the conversation around Malik Willis, is the fact that Jaden Reed is questionable here today, Rob. What's going on with a guy who had a breakout game in Week 1?
Yeah. So he was not even on the injury report, Alex, on Wednesday. In fact, I don't even think he was either added Thursday or Friday. And we did not get a chance to talk to him. He was not in the locker room after he was added to the injury report. The one thing that I think is worth considering is that he's listed with a calf and a shin injury. That tells me that there was probably not a muscle pull type of a situation, that perhaps it was like he got kicked or a bruise or something like that, which I think is probably better than having a muscle pull, unless he's got 2 injuries. Unless it's a separate shin and a calf injury. But it's been weirdly quiet over the last 36 hours or so about his status. So that's something I think we won't know until the bottom of the next hour when inactives come out.
Yeah, about 45 minutes from right now. Rob, before we let you go, this might be one of the harder ones I've asked you to predict, given that Malik Willis is the likely starter for the Packers. How do you see this one playing out, and we won't hold you to it?
Yeah, this is hard. I think even the guys in the coaching offices don't know what to expect this week. So if they don't know, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to know, but I'm going to just channel Gabe's pessimism and say they probably lose this game. I couldn't even tell you. Put it this way, if they, like you said earlier, if they win the game, it's a 17-14 type of game. They could lose the game 27-7. No, I don't see them winning. But if they do, it would have to be a really close one.
Well, that's enough of you, Rob Demovsky, ESPN NFL Nation reporter. We'll talk to you next week.
Sorry,
thanks.
Guys. We'll see you. Bye.
Give him the boot.
Yeah, get out of here, Rob Demovsky.
He added more to my ledger. The guy he can't turn left. We got the Zoolander of quarterbacks now playing.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I think he's definitely Matt LaFleur's definitely have to dial up some magic for him. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Well, the good news is, I think if there's a head coach capable of dialing up some magic, it's Matt LaFleur, Gabe.
For sure.
Come on.
Half the field's not available.
All right, I'm done. I need a break. Jared Bush, JB, Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strope with you here on Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whew, this is too pessimistic for me. We're going to crank up the optimism coming up next. We'll ask the former NFLer, he had an interception in the Super Bowl. Jared Bush with us on our Green Bay Game Day panel. How can we be optimistic about a quarterback that can't use the left side of the field and really can't throw the ball and has never thrown a touchdown or 100 yards in an NFL game? I don't know. We'll find out next. It's Green Bay Game Day, ESPN Wisconsin, 620 WTMJ.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Day will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta. Whether I'm headed to a big college football game or just need a reliable ride, I trust AccuTrans Group. They're a veteran-owned business that delivers top-notch transportation, perfect for game day or any event. From tailgates to team outings to corporate travel and weddings, AccuTrans has you covered. Booking is a breeze, and their service is always safe and dependable. Visit AccuTransGroup.com to book your ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com, your go-to for reliable transportation this football season.
Big players show up in big games.
Touchdown!
Donald Driver and Cousins Subs are no different. With the football season upon us, Double D and Cousins are teaming up to offer 80-cent delivery this Saturday through Sunday on any order of $30 or more.
Touchdown!
Simply order your favorite subs and sides online or on Cousins mobile app, and we'll deliver them to you. And don't forget, we now offer Apple and Google Pay. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
It's all about the green and gold and nonsense on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I think it's going to be hard for the Green Bay Packers to have a lot of immediate success. So when Jordan Love takes back over, this won't be a stress-free season. They're going to have some very important games that they got to go off and win if they want to be a playoff team. So it just got a little bit more stressful.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Weekdays from 2 till 4 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is underway, and they want you to pack out Breeze Stevens Field. Need a night out with the whole family? Try the Forward Madison Family Special presented by MG&E. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf, all for just $25 per person. Visit ForwardMadisonFC.com to purchase your tickets today. That's ForwardMadisonFC.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, 'cause Truck Star Collision is on my speed dial. Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truck Star Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truck Star is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truck Star Collision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
Presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Big Daddy, you got it,
Green Bay Game Day rolls on live from the shadow of Lambeau Field. 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 620 WTMJ. That's Gabe Neitzel. That's Super Bowl champ Jarrett Bush. I'm Alex Strofe with you. And joining us now, he's the host of the Political Power Hour on 620 WTMJ from 9 to 10 a.m. weekdays. And he is a Packers season ticket holder of 40 years.
Yeah.
That's not half bad. Steve Scaffidi with us. What's up,
Tells
Steve?
you how old I am.
I'm excited about it. It's the home opener. How do you not get excited?
Look at
I
this
heard all
energy.
I heard all the energy earlier about, oh boy, Willis.
Look at him, not me. I've been positive. Look
But
at
you know
him.
what? But you know what? This is always one of those days where something awesome could happen. Maybe he surprises us. Maybe the defense shows up when we didn't expect it. I
like it.
Keyword, Gabe? Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
So you're trying to be. Look, I love the optimism, Steve. Absolutely love it. It's just when the scouting reports we get from earlier this week from Jen are he struggles with football, and then Demovsky jumps on with us, and a guy who knows quarterbacks across the league saying he can't throw lefts. But I haven't heard many positive things about the most important player for the Packers
The
today.
thing that actually confuses me, given all the pessimism towards Malik Willis, is why was he a day 2 pick in the NFL draft a couple of years ago?
Big arms,
Somebody
very
thought he
athletic.
had some talents.
Right.
So maybe that talent shows up today.
Well, Matt LaFleur and Tom Clements, kind of a quarterback guru. I know you know him
Yep,
well.
yep.
He's going to be a guy that can elevate Malik Willis.
Correct. And I'm a big believer of your environment. Whatever your environment is, I feel like it can help elevate or cultivate greatness or certain skills to shine. I think, again, to your point, Tom Clements, Matt LaFleur, the offense itself, the players around him, hopefully they can give him some tools, distribute the ball.
We all watched the Bears game last week at some point, either live or later.
Yeah.
Kalen Williams, who was supposed to be the savior for the Bears, he absolutely sucked. And they still won the game. So I'm expecting at least that sort of effort on the other side of the ball to help our team win the game.
They got. What did the Bears get to win that game? But which, by the way, again, the most Bears win ever because they got a
special teams
touchdown.
Defense.
We haven't been good at special teams. I think since Jarrett's been here, and
lots of rules
and
have
the
changed.
defense.
Yeah. Lots of rules have changed in the special teams. I can't even fathom playing the game today. The kickoff looks silly. I'm
think
not,
so?
Yeah, I'm not even sure how you even assess an evaluation when you see the structure of the special teams the way it is. Besides punt and punt return,
I don't even know what that is. It looks
Right.
like a fake kickoff to me.
Right.
It's
So,
crazy.
yeah.
Well, I bet it's going to look even weirder when you're in the stadium today.
Yeah,
You're going to be
there's
like,
gonna
they
be-
line up for the kick, and the kicker's just all by himself.
No landing zone graphics shown in the stadium. So it might be a little bit more confusing.
However, I feel like there's got to be an evolution of it, either some way like what's the onside kick going to look like? How do you try to get the ball back at that point in time where you need the ball back? So I feel like there's got to be a point in time where the coaches got to get a little creative. They're going to find some gray area, and they got to be able to get the ball back.
I'm not picking a win today. I just want them to play well.
Right.
Hey!
No.
But I would love to have them win.
For sure.
I'm an optimist.
I think we would all love to have them win.
Yes, of course.
Just because.
But you got to admit, you guys do the post game. It's more fun when they lose to do a post game, isn't it?
No, it's
The
more fun
energy's
when they
crazy.
win. Well, the energy's crazy, and you get
Either
beat
way.
down by it.
Either
But, I
way.
mean, especially if they were to win a game like today, when, again, they're underdogs.
Right.
The
At
line
home.
has them as an underdog at home. You win a game
Crazy.
like this, I think the energy is going to be even crazier the other way because, again, it's 50-50 split on whether you're expecting them to win or not.
I feel good about the game.
Yeah, I think you took a loss on the road. You're at home. You're in Lambeau. You're the underdog. I think that's what you live for, being the underdog. You want to prove and hold your territory here at Lambeau Field, at Titletown. You're going to hold and protect your territory. I think that's the mentality, as a player. That's just
Ignore
my
what I
opinion.
say. Listen to Jared Bush. He's a Super Bowl hero.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
What?
He knows a little bit better than the two of us, Steve.
Exactly.
Steve, who needs to step up most today?
Defense.
Okay.
Everybody. You need a pass rush. Secondary, have some picks. Maybe a pick 6 or 2. And special teams. My God, we're paying Rich Bisaccia a ton of money to be average. I don't like that.
That's
I'm
a fair
a bottom
point.
line guy. Earn your money.
What do you think about the kicker?
Oh,
Braden
don't even
Harbison.
Situation.
One job, do it. That's my
Yeah,
thought.
right. Put it through the uprights, right?
Just kick it. It's not that hard, I think.
I like how down the middle Steve is today.
Yeah.
God.
It's
Bisaccia-
very, very matter of fact.
Do your job. Hey, kicker, do your job.
I cover politics. This is the sanity in our world right now, if you believe that or not. This is the sane part of the world.
Well said by Steve Scaffidi with us here on Green Bay Game Day, 620 WTMJ and ESPN Wisconsin. You said you're picking a loss, but you hope for a win.
Yeah.
I know nobody has a good idea of how this will play out today, Steve, but if I had to put your very big brain to the task, how do you see this one playing out?
I see a lot of points being scored today.
Do you?
It's one of those games where it goes back and forth. And I have no inside knowledge of what's going to happen today. No one does. But the conditions are perfect. The field's awesome. The fans are going to be nuts in there. And I think is it homecoming weekend for the players? Is that this weekend?
It is,
Alumni weekend.
Alumni weekend.
So they're going to be part of that story as well because they always show them. I'm excited about a Packers home opener. I have been for 40 years. This is a cool thing to celebrate it. I want this team to win today. I'm going to say, just for the heck of it, Packers 31, Colts 28.
A lot of points.
Who knows?
Just out of curiosity, how long did you have to wait when you signed up for your season
Couple
tickets?
years. I was in college, couple years, signed up, and I got them 2 years later.
Yeah, and
it's
you've
not
had
the
them
case
since
anymore.
1983.
Now,
County
maybe if you
Stadium,
sign up for
the
your
Lambeau.
kid after your kid goes to college for a couple of years, then they can have it.
And now I have club seats, so I get to enjoy that beautiful luxury. And I'll be in air-conditioned comfort today while everybody's sweating their what's off.
It is a beautiful day for football here at Lambeau Field, about 2 hours away from kickoff here on Green Bay Game Day. Steve, appreciate you stopping by. Got an alcoholic beverage
I'm
and
going
enjoy
to
the
have
game.
one on the way out. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine, Steve. Yeah, I love the optimism. Love
These
it.
guys I see all the time.
Yeah. He's probably sick of us like I'm sick of Gabe's pessimism, which I'm sure will continue.
I love Gabe Neitzel.
In the Jason Wilde hour of Green Bay Game Day, which is coming your way in just a few minutes. Alex Strofe, Gabe Neitzel, Jarrett Bush with you. It's Green Bay Game Day, presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, right here on ESPN Wisconsin, 620 WTMJ.
More Green Bay Game Day coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
The Island invites you to fall into golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. Fall golf rates run September 16th through the end of the 2024 season, with tee time starting at $75 and stay and play packages starting at $110. And submit your 2025 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at titosvodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Welcome to another episode of Analysis, man.
From Buck superstar Giannis.
You know, and then I'm going to like Chris at the time. What did coach mean? What do you...
And even Green Bay QB Jordan Love. There's only one call for these conversations.
I've never been in the Lambeau, and I have to, right? What is this Lambeau league?
Tune in to the Thanalysis Show, presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Find it today on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere you get podcasts.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buck and Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buck and Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buck and Honeys.
Veins don't have to be a pain. Whether you're suffering from painful varicose veins or bothersome spider veins, Stoughton Health's board-certified general surgeon, Dr. Aaron Schwab, can help. Join Dr. Schwab for a free, informative online event Thursday, September 26th at 5:30 p.m. to learn about simple outpatient treatment that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. Register for this free event online at stoughtonhealth.com. Then click on Classes and Events. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Good Karma Brand Station.
Party people!
It's time to get this tailgate started and get you ready for the green and gold game. This is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Broadcasting live from the shadow of the South End Zone at Lambeau Field. Alongside Gabe Neitzel and Super Bowl champion Jared Bush, here's Alex Strove.
Green Bay Game Day rolls on live from the shadow of Lambeau Field. Alex Strove, Super Bowl champ Jared Bush. JP's getting down right now. Come on, brother.
This is my guy, DMX, man. He brought the energy. I love it. Yeah, especially playing football. You need that aggressiveness. Heck yeah.
The pessimist Game Night, so go ahead.
So this is the first time I have been at the Tundra Trio for a Packers game day. I've never been up here for a Packers game day at this tailgate. Energy out there is fantastic, really.
That
never
shocks
been up
me.
here, yeah. And I do want to shout out the guy who's wearing a Travis Jervey jersey.
Yeah,
that is a throwback.
I
That
love
is
it.
unbelievable. That's how you know you're a diehard.
Where's he at?
Is if you have a Travis. He's
I saw him wandering before.
2 umbrellas away, over closer to Football Sunday because ESPN Radio, the network's here. That's how big today is. Everybody's out here. Even Jason Wilde's here.
There he is.
He is wearing a shirt
appearance.
that says, I just hope both teams have fun. That is as unbiased of a beat writer as you could find. It is the Jason Wilde hour here on Green Bay Game Day, and he just hopes both teams have fun.
It's. I just hope that the police. We have great police officers here in Green Bay. I want to be very clear. I know one of them in particular is outstanding. I think he's retired.
He is retired now.
Okay.
That is my father he's referring to. Yeah.
It's early in the season,
Yeah.
so getting down on the directing traffic on Ridge Road and how often you're going to make cars sit and wait for pedestrians. Still working through some things.
So what you're telling me is they should have a preseason too, or do you think they would just
I
sit their
think they
starters
did.
like the rest of the league?
They
did have
only
a
had
preseason.
They only had one game though,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I don't
only
think
one.
they sent their starters out into the street season.
Exactly.
It's kind of like the Probies or something. Right? So it took a while to get down Ridge Road and into Lot 17, but I am here now. It's great. Look at all these people here.
Yes.
We've got national radio, and then we've got the real radio right here with this great team. And look, I don't take credit for much around here.
You got to take credit for this one.
But I take credit for having JB on our team. I'm really excited to have
man.
Jared Bush. And, not only did he have an interception in the Super Bowl, but he's one of the best dudes I've gotten to cover, and we're excited to have him on the team.
I appreciate that, Wilde. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Just speaking the truth.
Yeah,
buddy.
but you know what? They should have had a police escort for you.
Damn
all the
straight,
way
JB.
here.
Maybe if I wore a shirt
You know?
and tie as opposed to I just hope both teams have fun T-shirts. Why is it? It's the frozen tundra and the opener. It's 85 degrees.
I'm not complaining.
If you're a Packers fan, you're hoping that Malik Willis is as hot as the weather.
Oh, come on. You're better than that.
I'm not.
You're better than
Are you
that.
serious? Have you listened to Wilde in town?
Yeah,
My dad
I like it.
joke extraordinaire right there.
You got to
So.
catch fire.
All right, Jason. We have. I bet you can't guess what we have spent the first hour of the program on at all.
Braden Narvison.
Yeah.
The Narv dog.
We actually did touch on that. Scaffidi said he just wants kickers to kick. That was the bottom line on that. But anyway, Malik Willis, of
That's
course.
insightful.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed.
I'll say this, and I know we're not going to spend a lot of time on Braden
get your
Narvison,
take out.
But I really like his mentality. Like I think that Anders Carlson was very conscientious, and I think his misses, even though he said they didn't get to him, I think they did a little bit, and I think that's something he's going to have to work through as he he had a tryout for the Lions last week. I think they ended up signing Greg Joseph, who also was here in camp. But I think he was really conscientious. I think he has to find kind of that ability to really put those missed kicks behind him. Whereas Braden Arvison, man, he doesn't care. Like, he hit that upright, and he was like, on to the next. And the great ones always have that kind of attitude. Kind of like when you tell a bad joke, you just move right on.
Yeah, short memory. That's all we need as he reflects on the bad joke he previously made. You talk about mentality. Tell us what you know about Malik Willis. I know you talked to him earlier this week.
So I've seen a lot of Malik Willis slander.
Hi, Gabe.
It can't be slander, though, if it's true.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying,
look,
Jason.
I know I have a soft spot for guys because I do think that so much of your career arc as an NFL player, and Jared can back me up on this, I think, is predicated in large part to the situation you're in and the opportunities you do and don't get and when you get them, right? I mean, Mark Tauscher is a fantastic example of a great NFL player. He was fantastic, but he will tell you that had the Seahawks drafted him instead of the Packers, he maybe doesn't have an 11-year NFL career, right? JB started Carolina and got cut, got claimed here in 06, goes on to an outstanding career in Green Bay. But if he stays in Carolina and then gets cut a little bit later and then bounces around to a few teams, not everyone can do what Tramon Williams did, where he got cut by the Texans, spent every Tuesday during the 2006 season going on tryouts and being told thanks but no thanks until the Packers put him on the practice squad in 06, and then he ascends to be one of the best corners in the league. Those stories are not typical. And so when I look at Malik Willis, and I've heard, I saw his former left tackle in Tennessee was on Barstool saying some less than stellar things about him. He's a great guy. But
so that's the thing, Jason. Like, everything I hear about him is, he's a great guy, fantastic.
Right, and what do you like? Obviously, you're happily married.
Yeah.
So am I. Paula was probably the one saying, "Well, yeah, but he's got a great personality." When we were dating, right? So that's the quarterbacking equivalent. He's a really nice guy, but I would argue that we don't know what he might have been or could have been if he had gotten the Jordan Love treatment in Tennessee. John Robinson was the general manager. He is one of Brian Gutekunst's best friends. He drafts Malik Willis in the 3rd round with the plan to do, remember, he was drafted in 2022. The plan was to do with him what the Packers were in the process of doing with Jordan Love. John Robinson gets fired in December. They hire Rand Carthon as their new general manager, and Rand Carthon doesn't think much of Malik Willis. That's why he drafts Will Levis, who, by the way, as we talked about on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, the Bermuda Triangle of quarterbacks. Will Levis left Penn State because he couldn't beat out Sean Clifford for the starting job. And Sean Clifford is now backing up Malik Willis today, and I think might get a call in the second half if they're not being productive. Because I think Matt LaFleur really wanted to play Sean Clifford because he knows the system. He's been here for 18 months. My point is that I don't know what Jordan Love would be today had he played in 2020, like Malik Willis played in 2022 in 3 games and was not very good. So this idea that he doesn't know football or he can't read things, I would have liked to have seen him had all the time in the world to sit and learn how to do all those things so he'd be better. Unfortunately, we don't live in that world today.
I want to go back to something because you said it on Jen, Game, and Chewy on Friday that if you were Matt LaFleur, you would have started Sean Clifford because of the knowledge that he has of the offense. And you just said that you believe that Matt LaFleur wanted to start Sean Clifford.
I do believe that. He never said it, but I believe it.
If that's the case, why isn't Sean Clifford starting? Because, and I've had this conversation with Chewy. He talked about it back in 1992, 1993. Whoever the Packers defense coordinator at the time was, I think it might have been Ray Rhodes. So Ray Rhodes, Mike Holmgren didn't want to start Terrell Buckley. But Ron Wolf said, I spent the 1st-round pick on this guy, Terrell Buckley starting. The difference there, Ron Wolf was the boss. Everything went through him. That's not the setup that they currently have.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate on whether or not Goody said you're starting Malik Willis. I have no idea what that dynamic is. I thought that, and again, it's my job to not just report what people say on the record, but occasionally it's my job to try to interpret the manner in which they say it. And when someone asked LaFleur on Monday, when he announced that if Love couldn't get cleared, don't even get me started on the week-long subterfuge we went through there.
Subterfuge.
If Love could not get cleared, Malik was going to start. And someone asked him why Malik instead of Sean. And in Matt LaFleur, I don't really like that question, not because of the way you asked it, because I don't want to answer it. He said, why Malik over Sean? Because Malik's our number 2 quarterback, and he's on the roster, and Sean's not. Well, right, but, and again, I was sitting in my car because I had come from Maddie's doctor appointment, and I didn't want to walk in late again because I didn't think that Monday was a good day to walk in late.
Is that you? That was you?
Oh,
that was him. That is amazing.
So the way he answered that tells me, because look, the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter that Malik Willis is on the roster and Sean Clifford is on the practice squad. They just elevated him today or yesterday. So they had that as an option. They shared snaps more to Malik Willis than to Sean Clifford in practice all week with the ones. But if they had chosen to do so, there was nothing stopping them from starting Sean Clifford.
Curious on your thoughts on this, JB. Obviously, Sean Clifford been with the team since last season, took a majority of the preseason reps, but they're not starting him today.
Yeah, a lot of variables, and Wilde, he definitely talked about a few of them, and I think the arm is there for Sean Clifford. I think the process and progressions are there. I think if you look at the grand scheme, and it may come down to the dollar, right? They put Malik Willis on the roster for a reason. They felt like the investment was of value enough to put him on the roster, especially as a practice squad or as a scout team quarterback, to mimic Anthony Richardson or the Russell Wilsons, Justin Fields, that the defense needs to see, right? Now, if you ask me which quarterback has the ability to give us the best shot, not only with the arm and the legs, I think you got to give it the nod to Willis, only because I think if the arm isn't there, if the progressions aren't there, I think he can beat you with your legs. I think that's an asset. I think that's something that today's game has went with Pat Mahomes, as well as Kyler Murray, as well as Russell Wilson, what he's proved, as well as was it CJ, the young kid down in Houston, right? So I think there's definitely something there, that I think if he can get his options in order, and as well as the game plan with Matt LaFleur, give him 1 or 2 options. After that, you gotta use your legs and try to find the lane. I think all in all, I think he gives you a shot to win more than Clifford, only because of the leg element. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said throughout the week, I like Malik Willis if you have time to develop him.
Right.
I don't love him on day 20 of being a member of the team. I just don't. That's not a slight on what he may be capable of down the road, but he has just gotten caught in this spin cycle where he never gets the opportunity to develop.
Right.
Never. Do you think Brian Gutekunst acquired him thinking that he was going to be starting their Week 2 game against Indianapolis at Lambeau Field?
I would guess no.
No, but if let's say this, if he was thinking that was a possibility, because I think he's looking at Jordan Love saying he's been durable. He was one of 9 guys at quarterback to start all 17 games.
He was
for his
only
team.
one of 4 that didn't miss a practice last year.
There you go.
Right.
And so he's thinking, okay, well, I can make this trade and this guy can develop, and then we really have an asset. Because if he was thinking, I need to acquire a quarterback who can start at a moment's notice, who has started a lot of games in this league, and that's the kind of backup I need because we're a Super Bowl contender, he trades for Taylor Heineke.
Yep.
And Taylor Heineke went to the Chargers for a 6th or 7th round pick, and there's an opportunity there for him behind Justin Herbert to save their season if something happens to Justin Herbert. The dude has started 29 games in the league, not 3 as a rookie, in which he never even threw for 100 yards.
We're going to do a rapid-fire edition of Yes or No with Jason Wilde.
Maybe.
Coming up next, Dave Neitzel.
Can't wait for Jarrett to play this game.
JB's debut in Yes or No with Jason Wilde. Jason Wilde, Alex Strope with you on Green Bay Game Day right here on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. Yes or No with Jason Wilde is next.
More Green Bay Game Day coming up on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Another MVP has joined the roster at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, Dr. Michael Nolte. Expertscape recently named him part of the top 1% of spine expertise in the world. Dr. Nolte has published over 50 peer-reviewed articles in leading scientific journals and authored more than 100 national presentations. They added this MVP specialist for orthopedic, neurosurgical, and spine care because at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
Who's looking for a deal? Well, Cousin Subs has a better deal just for you. Cousin's new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a regular fountain beverage, and cookie at cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app for just $10. Now that's a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 12th for pitchers, catchers, and position players. This annual event has attracted the top talent from across the Midwest for 13 years. This is your chance to showcase your skills in front of the top colleges in the country, and the camp is open to all players in the 2025 through 2028 grad classes. Visit grbacademy.com to register now. Raise baseball. Raise your game.
Football fans, tailgating season is here. There's no better way to celebrate football being back than with Boda Box Wine. Boda Box is giving away tickets to 2 separate winners for a VIP Green Bay game day and tailgate party experience for the November 24th game against San Francisco. Fans, enter by scanning the QR code posted at participating Boda Box retailers in Wisconsin through October 30th. Winners will be announced on November the 1st. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Boda Box Vineyards, Manteca, California. Visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com for more details.
Gold medalist and ESPN Madison foodie Matt Hamilton here. Come join Jim, Matt, and Molly for our live remote broadcast at Metcalf's Market in Hilldale on Friday, September 20th from 4 to 6 p.m. As a proud Wisconsinite, you know I support local, and it doesn't get more local than 4th-generation, family-operated Metcalf's Market. It's the best place to shop for me and my family, and it can be for you too. See me and the whole team, Jim, Matt, and Molly, on September 20th at Metcalf's in Hilldale from 4 to 6 p.m. Metcalf's Market. Bring local home.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Looking for a health club that truly has something for everyone? Join the largest health club in the state, Prairie Athletic Club. Hi, this is Sarah Tauscher. Find endless ways to stay fit and have fun. From group fitness classes to personal training, indoor and outdoor pools, state-of-the-art equipment, and so much more. Come see what makes the Pack the ultimate destination for all of your fitness needs. Join now and save $50 on your first 3 months. Visit prairieathletic.com today. That's prairieathletic.com. Prairie Athletic Club, family fun community.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
X gon' give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out and stainless steel. Go hard getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make the mother wonder if you did it. Damn right, and I do it.
It's for you, JB. More of this. Green Bay Game Day with you just outside of Lambeau Field, getting you set for Week 2. The home opener for the Green Bay Packers as they take on the Indianapolis Colts. We're less than 10 minutes away from the official injury report, so we will know whether if Jordan Love is in or out.
So I'm not even worried about that because he's out.
Jayden Reed.
Jayden Reed's the big one. I mean, should we be concerned about this, Jason, about Jayden Reed appearing on the injury report?
Yes. I mean, I don't know. The guy had 100-plus yards. He had one touchdown that was called back because of – I've never seen this before, but 2 teams with 12 men on the field.
Yeah,
yes.
That was new.
Yes.
Was
I mean,
new.
I don't know what his season arc will look like, but on other teams that don't have the who's the number one question mark on them, he's the number one. He may end up just flat out being the number one here. I asked Adam Stenovich this earlier in the week because, I feel like he's been a little bit pigeonholed as a slot guy, which is what Cobb obviously was previously. And people forget, and JB knows this, like Cobb lined up outside a ton in 14 when he had 1,300 yards or whatever it is, and Reed can do the same thing. So look, I think if he's on the inactive list in 6 minutes, that changes the game even further because he's the guy that if you're wanting to get the ball out of Malik Willis's hands quickly, whether it's on a jet sweep and a little pop pass as he goes by or a bubble screen or whatever, he's the guy you want to do it with.
I want to have plenty of time to react to the injury report, which is brought to you by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, so we will do that next segment. So we're going to do a slimmed-down, quick version of a yes or no with Jason Wilde.
Will today be the day there are black and white answers from our most respected journalist?
Possibly. I think we shouldn't be greedy. Maybe. You would certainly hope so.
It's time for Yes or No with Jason Wilde.
That will never not make me laugh. Guys, I only have one for you today. On Friday, an artist from Indianapolis known as Seth DeFlo Erskines released his Week 2 hype song for the Indianapolis Colts against the Green Bay Packers. It's less than 40 seconds long. Let's all listen to it together.
This is going to be good.
This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. This is our Colts. Whether win or lose, we love them. For the shoe, beat the Packers. Let's pack them down with our shoes. This is our team. Go Colts!
Let's pack them down with our shoes. Yes or no? That is a good lyric. Jason Wilde.
I'm just glad we found someone who's a worse singer than Mark Tauscher.
That's it?
That's my answer. You said we had to go quick.
Let's pack them down with our shoes. Good lyric. Yes or no?
I mean, it's terrifying. It's absolutely intimidating. I think we should all be scared.
Yeah,
there's no way the Packers win now, right?
I mean, not with a song like that out there, Jason.
JB, I don't know your musical background, but
it's not that.
Let's pack them down with our shoes. I think he could have done better.
I think it's innocent, man. I think he's a good guy. It's fun. It's
I look forward to singing the jingle for Blow Dry
for
Bar
sure.
next.
Yes.
I love how Jarrett Bush treated it like everybody else is
nice
treating
guy.
Malik Willis.
He's a great guy. JB, were you a trash talker when you were in the league?
Good question.
I did. I think because the receivers, man, the receivers, they talk so much and they push my boundaries. And then once they crossed that boundary, I was like, I'm gonna give it to you because you haven't caught a ball all game long. Let's go, dude. So I was quiet. I let my shoulder pads do the talking. But as soon as they crossed that boundary, I was like, listen, dude. We're going to shut you down the rest of the game. You're not going to talk to us anymore until you start catching.
I let my shoulder pads do the talking.
Right.
It's a great line. That's
For
better
sure.
than let's pack them down with our shoes. Go ahead, Gabe.
Is there a guy that you found yourself, you were surprised you were talking trash to? Like you went too far and like, all right, well, I got to step it up.
Yeah. Tony Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I respect you now. I mean, I respected you before.
Tony
He's only
Gonzalez.
a Hall of Famer.
Right. I love the guy. He did a great, job for the game, for the NFL. Great broadcaster. I love the guy. I just think that he catered to I think he just whined a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think he did once he did the flop, I was like, oh yeah, dude, you're too big to do the flop. You're bigger than me. Like, why are you flopping? So I can see if a guy was smaller and he tried to play into that. Mm-hmm. But when you're 6'6", 6'5", 240, 250, like, come on, dude, that's like Shaq doing the flop. Like, come on, like, get out of here, man. Like, we understand the physics here. Like
This is why we love having JB on the panel this year. All home games on Green Bay Game Day. Super Bowl champ Jared Bush, Jason Wilde, Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strofe with you. The injury report is next. Jordan Love, is he in or out? He's probably out.
Yeah.
Jaden Reed, is he in or out? We find out next. It's Green Bay Game Day on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
We're back with Green Bay Game Day after this on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
$1 million. That's big, really big. This September, Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is handing out a cool $1 million, and you've got a shot at winning your share. The big $1 million giveaway is here. Just play with your rewards card and you're entered to win. Couldn't be easier and couldn't be bigger. No wonder it's called the Big One. For more details, visit paysbig.com/big one. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Gold medalist and ESPN Madison foodie Matt Hamilton here to tell you about Metcalf's Market. As a proud Wisconsinite, you know I support local, and it doesn't get more local than 4th-generation family-operated Metcalf's Market. Renowned for offering an extensive selection of local and premium quality foods, it's the best place to shop for me and my family. Where family tradition meets commitment to quality, sustainability, and supporting local communities, head to one of their locations today in Hilldale, near Westtown Mall, or Wauwatosa. Metcalf's Market. Bring local home.
Welcome to another episode of Analysis, man.
From Bucs superstar Giannis.
You know, and then I'm going to like Chris at the time.
What did coach mean? What do you...
And even Green Bay QB Jordan Love. There's only one call for these conversations.
I've never been in a Lambeau, and I have to, right? What is this Lambeau league?
Tune in to the Thanalysis Show, presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Find it today on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere you get podcasts.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is underway, and they want you to pack out Breeze Stevens Field. Need a night out with the whole family? Try the Forward Madison Family Special presented by MG&E. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf, all for just $25 per person. Visit ForwardMadisonFC.com to purchase your tickets today. That's ForwardMadisonFC.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
The Jones family has its rules, just like any other family. Only difference is, ours are about making the best tasting, highest quality breakfast sausage you can buy. One of our rules, we only use all natural ingredients. It's a mandate we've followed since the 1840s, and we'll continue to do so for generations to come. Right here in Fort Atkinson. I'm Philip Jones. To learn more about the rules that make sure my family provides your family with the best tasting, highest quality breakfast sausage, visit jonesdairyfarm.com.
Listen to Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin on 100.5 ESPN.
I've duck hunted in the past. I want to get into duck hunting again.
Well, Oregon plays the Badgers in November, don't they?
Oh, good one, Chase.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know what is a flock of ducks called.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by Palm and Lindsay Paints, Coors Light, Made to Chill, and American Family Insurance.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up.
Green Bay Game Day rolls on from the south end zone of Lambeau Field on ESPN Wisconsin 620 WTMJ. We go 5 wide now. I'm Alex Strofe. That's the pessimist, Gabe Neitzel, Jason Wilde during the Jason Wilde Hour, Super Bowl champion Jarrett Bush, and joining us now from the Tundra Trio, you know him from SportsCenter on ESPN, the pride of Southwest High School, the great John Anderson joins us now. What's up, Jay? How are you?
Well, I'm in the right spot. I should be with the pessimist.
Yes,
but
because you are one as well.
Yes, welcome.
You are one as well, yeah.
But honestly, that I have to come all the way to the south end zone is kind of troubling because my seats are in the north end zone. So.
Yeah, well, don't
Thank you for your service.
Don't sweat too much on this 85-degree day.
So I had to come all the way down here.
On your trek to the north end zone. I think you'll be okay, though, if I do say so myself. All right, time to take a look at the injury report. Today's injury report is presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com today for info. We go to the three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Can I just say before I give your injury report that how great is it that we can have a team that has one of the greatest Sports Center anchors ever and a Super Bowl champion and one of the all-time great special teams players in Packers history, plus Gabe and me and you?
Yeah, pretty wild.
Like slightly different dynamic than if it's the three of us as opposed to adding these two when we go 5.
Talk about imposter syndrome. I'm not feeling that whatsoever right now. Go ahead, Jason.
No, you do a great job. Like Jordan Love will do, carrying a clipboard and cheering on his teammates today, because Jordan Love, as expected all week,
except by the head coach.
Downgrade, no, I think it was expected by him too. He just didn't say so. Is inactive. First, before we get to the other inactives, Jaden Reed is active. He was questionable on the injury report with a calf/shin injury. He is a go for today. We just got done talking how important he is to what the Packers do offensively. The other inactives, Katan Oladapo, the safety, he's a healthy scratch. So is Brenton Cox Jr., the outside linebacker/defensive end. Andre Dillard is a healthy scratch, I believe, unless something happened late in the week. That means Kadeem Telfort will be the swing tackle instead of Andre Dillard, the veteran. Travis Glover, the rookie 6th-round pick, offensive lineman, and Colby Wooden is the defensive lineman who is the odd man out in their rotation.
And one note on Indianapolis, wide receiver Josh Downs has been ruled out for the Colts. So they are down one receiver, but still have Pierce and Pittman in that department. Want to go to John because I always give him a hard time. He is part of our road team for Green Bay Game Day. I call you a pessimist.
Yep.
Gabe has taken your place really nicely. You'd be proud today, as he is completely down on the Packers starter, Malik Willis. How you feeling about number 2, only 19 days into his Packers tenure, making a start today?
I'm not down on him. That's okay. He's fine. If the defense plays, they can cover up a lot of stuff, right? Let him do that. And I think LaFleur's probably a smart enough guy that we're not going to give him all. Jason, how big's the playbook? 400 pages, 600? I don't know.
Well, it's all digital now.
Okay, so we're not giving him all the pages, right? We're not giving him all the pages, and so I think you can do that. I don't know that Anthony Richardson, Getty's super athletic, but I don't know that I'm sold that guy's going to be a world beater just yet. So I think you can make him make mistakes, and their quarterback can keep our quarterback in the game. So I'm not totally down on that. Plus, I'm still trying to get over my pessimism from Missouri playing BC yesterday, so I haven't really gotten fully into all my Packer pessimism yet. So I'm not totally down. I just think this is actually a game that will now, and maybe for the next couple weeks, depending, falls a lot to the defense.
Yeah.
And, Hafley, who luckily left behind a team that was not good enough to beat Missouri yesterday. Hopefully he can come through today.
So you're talking defense. Let's go to a guy that played defense. JB, your takeaways from Jeff Hafley's first week as the defensive coordinator last week against the Eagles, and maybe some growth heading into week 2.
Right. No, I definitely agree with John. I think he touched on that of the defensive game. I feel like if they can create the turnovers, get the ball back to Malik Willis. He's not going to play a perfect game, Malik, just in the sense of the lack of preparation, being that Jordan Love is starting quarterback, franchise quarterback. So I think you get limited reps. But at the same time, I think if you give him a number of opportunities to capitalize some of the mistakes from the Colts, I think they can come away with the win. But the defense has to play lights out. They have to play lights out. Jair has to lock down the Pittman kid, and as well as the running game. I think if they lock it tight and close the space within those receivers, I think they can get away with the W. I really believe that.
Look, I understand the Eagles are really good. The defense has to show improvements from last week.
Right.
Because I saw a lot of, despite the 2 interceptions, which were great, and the 3 turnovers, which were great.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop the run. And then when the defense needed to make a stop, you had to get the ball back at the end.
Get them off the field.
Meet the new Packers defense, same as what it was last year. Because they could not get those stops. They could not make those plays when they absolutely needed to at the end of the game.
Is there any way we can convince you that was just a week 1 problem? They can convince you, I should say.
But
No.
in the grass.
Play well in week 2.
Yeah,
There
but
you
yeah,
go.
that's about
Right.
it, right? Like
There you
going
go.
into the game, I haven't. And my issue with this Packers defense is they haven't shown they have enough blue chip talent to step up and go, oh yeah, I'm a difference maker. Pay attention over here. There hasn't been a lot of consistent play going back to last year. Okay, we want to blame that on the defensive coordinator. Great. But nobody really stepped up last week, other than I think Xavier McKinney, who wasn't here last year, to go, hey, you got to pay attention to me on this side of the ball.
You need more guys like JB talking trash to Tony Gonzalez. That's
sure.
the energy. That's the energy they need coming out today against the Indianapolis Colts. The saying is, though, NFL teams typically make their biggest jump from week 1 to week 2. Jason, going to be hard to do that without your $55 million quarterback.
Well, it is. I think going back to the defense, though, I do think this is important because we talked about this during the week as well. When they switched from a 4-3 to a 3-4, and Dom Capers got here, you were part of that transition. When they played in the preseason, they played their guys and they ran their stuff because they wanted to be ready for week 1 in a brand new system. Jeff Hafley, Matt LaFleur decided that was not worth the risk. Now, that was a different era of preseason football. Lots of guys, including the future 4-time NFL MVP, was playing in preseason. It was before Jordy Nelson tore his ACL in Pittsburgh. But I felt like last week was their preseason game. And unfortunately for them, it counts in the standings, but so did their 38-3 loss in Jacksonville to the Saints, and they still were a number 1 seed that year. So they made the calculation of, we can make the jump from week 1 to week 2. We can have better fits against the run. You know, they had the touchdown run where they put in Edgerrin Cooper as a rookie who played in 0 preseason games. He lined up wrong, and they gave up a touchdown, right? And LaFleur saying, well, it would have been nice if one of the other 10 guys would have told him where to go. You saw McKinney trying to get him lined up. Those are all week 1 problems. If they are week 2 problems, then you have a real problem. But I think they're going to get those things straightened out. This is, again, an offense that I don't know what Anthony Richardson is. He made some plays in their first game, but he also didn't get asked to do a ton, like Malik Willis isn't going to be asked to do a ton today. So in terms of that week 2 thing, I would expect the offense, if Jordan Love was at quarterback, to make a big jump. I don't think I can expect that today, given the circumstances.
I want to go to John on Josh Jacobs, the new addition at running back for the Packers. Kind of an up and down week 1 for him against the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, he's going to be asked to play a massive role today against the Colts. What are your expectations and early impressions of Josh Jacobs, the Green Bay Packer?
But I think with any of those guys is how much do they use him, right? That's how well he can play is how often are you going to let him touch the ball to start. I thought they did a nice job of keep going to him, right? He was better in the second half than he was in the first half. Blocking makes a big deal with that. I don't think he had a lot of places to run. So I think I wasn't down on his performance at all. And I just think will they call his number enough to do that? And I think they probably will. And it's the same thing. What we'll see from him this week, or what they're going to ask of him, I think is different than what they asked of him in week 1. But like any of those people, if he's going to be really good, then you got to hand it to him or call plays for him. So
that's well said. You're not being as pessimistic as you were last week. However,
no, but I told you I was not going to take grand pronouncements out of week 1. That's hard to do for anybody.
No, you shouldn't.
You know.
Gabe, let me guess. You were down on Josh Jacobs after week 1?
No, I thought Josh Jacobs played well last week, and I'm glad they continued to go
Why
to him.
are you looking at me like that, Jason?
Well, I didn't realize Gabe was this pessimistic.
I don't think you heard the first hour of this program.
No, I was stuck in traffic.
But it all comes down, again, the pessimism revolves around Malik Willis. If we want to revisit this, let's go around the room. Let's go around, shall we?
Let's do it.
What's the best thing you've heard about Malik Willis and his ability to play football this week? Shall we, gentlemen? What's the best thing you've heard? Mr. Anderson.
Well, so you're not even
Mr. Anderson.
In this case, I'm like, let's let him play a little bit to see, right? I have literally nothing to judge it on.
I mean, obviously he had struggles against when he was with Tennessee. I know that maybe
somebody had a bunch of guys that just didn't like him. The new people came in. I don't know that they ever gave the guy a giant chance to play. He had a couple of games in there.
He's not playing your game, Gabe.
Yeah, no, I mean,
this is like the yes and no. I'm just going to say, well, I don't know if they gave him enough.
I thought the pessimist would be on my side.
Yes.
I thought he would be with me.
Yeah.
We'd be united.
I don't want to ruin.
He has not given me reason to be pessimistic yet.
Or optimistic. That's the thing, right?
That's fine, right? Okay. Right. He's an inert gas right now.
When Jen unveils a report that the book on this guy is that he struggles with football, That's tough.
That's got to be a little bit of an exaggeration, no?
I would say this because scouts love to talk, right? Everyone to a varying degree likes to gossip. Scouts love to gossip about players, and they love to, if it's a guy that they don't like, if you say, I don't know, we're the type of journalist that quoted scouts anonymously constantly throughout your career, you can always find guys that will talk, about a guy. There's always going to be guys that don't like certain players. So I'm sorry. That I understand that. Again, I think Malik Willis is a victim of circumstance. If he had sat for 2 years and then started this season in Tennessee and he stunk and people were saying he's not good at football, that's a different conversation. But he was put in an almost impossible. Again, Jordan Love would not be Jordan Love had he had to play in 2020 or 2021. He just wouldn't be.
Which is fine, Jason. But he's also being put in a pretty impossible situation today.
I agree. Yeah. I totally agree. And your pessimism about today is fine. But this narrative that this guy just doesn't know how to play football, again, I saw the clip from his old left tackle in Tennessee saying that. That's great. And look, he doesn't need me to make excuses for him, okay? It's up to him to come out and figure out how to be productive today. I'll tell you the reason that you could have some optimism about Malik Willis today. It's Matt LaFleur. How effectively can Matt LaFleur take all the pieces around him and scheme up a get the ball out of his hand quickly, make him only do 1 or 2 progression reads and get the ball out like JB was saying earlier and run the ball effectively? Because I'll tell you this, Adam Stenovich, when we talked to him on Thursday, my question was, how are you going to run the ball when everyone in the building knows you're going to want to run the ball because of the backup quarterback playing? And his response was, if they're putting 8 in the box and daring us to throw the football, we have to be able to throw the football. And we talked to Matt Flynn on Friday about this. Matt Flynn said, look, they've got enough talent at wide receiver that even someone who is new to the system, if they are making it a quick game, should be able to get the ball out. So if he can throw accurately quickly, which I don't know if he can, there's a chance that they can make this work.
That said, he needed to throw one pass and didn't get out of his hand.
Yeah, he's back.
Against Philly. We need to throw one pass. Just do anything.
He did throw one pass. Right. It was incomplete, and then he was sacked.
But just one. Just all you got to do. No matter. Throw it over your head, whatever you got to do. And he didn't get out of his hand.
So wrapping up, I just feel like, again, to your point, Matt LaFleur definitely has to put him in position for success. I think his job is to build Malik Willis's confidence early and often. If he's who he should be, right? If he's not Matt LaFleur, if he's the offensive guru that he's probably claiming, telling himself, he should be able to manufacture points, correct? If I'm Matt LaFleur and I feel like I'm a pretty good coach, I got a decent quarterback, he has the talent, he's an NFL caliber skill, I should be able to manufacture points with this guy and with the pieces around him. If I can't, well, maybe I got to take a look in the mirror. Maybe I got to go back to the drawing board. I think you got to look at it from that standpoint. That's just my opinion. You got a great abundance of talent. Again, players got to make the plays. Coaches got to coach. Keep it real simple. And the defense has to get turnovers. And I'm looking forward to it. I understand. I'm a very optimist guy.
You are.
You're standing on the right side.
Right.
He's on the right side of the trailer.
And Jason's just helping both
I'm right
teams
in the
have
middle.
fun.
Right. It's like a literal this is perfect. I'm the fulcrum right here between negativity and positivity.
Amazing.
And I get it. I think there's definitely some negatives that you can look to, and I can see how it can spiral real quick, too, at the same time. I get that. At the same time, I think in that arena, I think optimism is what, as a player, is that you have to think with. You have to have. You can't go into it. If they're smelling fear, it's bad news.
And then you can always go to Sean Clifford in the second half.
I was just about to ask, because I know John Anderson's got a really long trek to the north end zone as we hear on the south end zone. So, John, 2 questions for you. A, do you think we see Sean Clifford? And B, do you think the Packers can win today?
I think they can win. That's on the defense. I don't think it does you any good to pull Malik Willis and put in Sean Clifford, unless he's just some abject. It's like this. If you take him out, then that means Sean Clifford's going to be the guy next week if Love can't play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be
that's
my
a
guess.
tough decision to make.
Yeah. Do that.
John,
also, there's a Travis Jervey jersey out there.
We brought it up.
Yeah. And I'm putting the over and under on Travis Jervey jerseys at 1.5. That I'll see the entire day.
I will take the under. I will take the under.
Just got to find one more.
Just got to find another one. Somewhere, somebody has one.
Do you think there's 2 Travis Jervey jerseys out there?
Well, maybe Travis Jervey's wearing his Travis Jervey jersey. Because isn't it home?
It is. It's Alumni Day.
Alumni Day. Maybe he'll come out, and then you'll hit the over.
That's a good point. Oh, John Anderson, start your trek. We appreciate the time,
see you
brother.
guys.
All right.
Green Bay Game Day continues after this.
guy,
Game Nights
golf
with Jason Wilde, JB, and Alex Strope with you. More next on 620 WTMJ and ESPN Wisconsin.
Good to see you.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Day will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
The Island invites you to fall into golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. Fall golf rates run September 16th through the end of the 2024 season, with tee time starting at $75 and stay and play packages starting at $110. And submit your 2025 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Another MVP has joined the roster at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Dr. Ryan Stefanchek. Board certified in sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation, Dr. Stefanchek specializes in non-operative treatment of the spine, chronic pain, all joints, all musculoskeletal problems, and more, emphasizing holistic care first, with a focus on diet, sleep, stress management, and social connections for a patient's well-being. At Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
Big players show up in big games.
Touchdown!
Donald Driver and Cousins Subs are no different. With the football season upon us, Double D and Cousins are teaming up to offer 80-cent delivery this Saturday through Sunday on any order of $30 or more.
Touchdown!
Simply order your favorite subs and sides online or on Cousins mobile app, and we'll deliver them to you. And don't forget, we now offer Apple and Google Pay. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
The 2024 Putts for Pups golf outing, with proceeds benefiting the Dane County Humane Society, is back and bigger than ever. Presented by Bruner Realty and ESPN Madison and hosted at Blackhawk Country Club, Putts for Pups is a great day of golf aimed at raising money for an even greater cause. Last year's event raised over $32,000 for DCHS. Donate or find out how you can get involved at putsforpups.com. That's putsforpups.com. Putts for Pups is proudly sponsored by Zimbrick.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
With me is Jennifer Wilger, Purchasing Manager with Baker Manufacturing. For years, they've had document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems.
We never run out of supplies, and they're very quick to respond to service calls. And the service technician always makes sure that we are fully taken care of each time that they're here.
So the benefit of doing business with James Imaging Systems, a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed business technology company?
So that allows us to focus on our jobs instead of things that take us away from our jobs.
And that has additional benefits.
It helps keep us efficient and productive, and we can keep our minds on what's really important, and that's taking care of our customers.
Jennifer, is Baker Manufacturing happy with James Imaging Systems?
As long as I've been here, we've been extremely happy with them.
Not so happy with your document imaging company? Switch to James Imaging Systems. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Welcome back to Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Nathan's here with all the ice on in the booth at the gate outside.
Green Bay Game Day presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Alex Strope, Game Neitzel, Jason Wilde, and Super Bowl champ. Best dancer on the panel by a mile. JB Jared Bush with us.
Gotta have some fun. Yeah, there you go.
God.
There you go, Willie.
Oh, God. Well, I know who the worst dancer on the panel is.
Yeah, you.
As
Hey,
Jason Wilde
that's
just did like a
confidence
little
right there.
neck
That's confidence
pop.
oozing with it.
You look like a turkey.
Jason,
Oh,
Jason,
yeah.
Pop and slide.
Can you do the sprinkler next? That'd be really good.
Oh, I could, but we'll save that for next time.
Jared's doing it on your behalf. There you go.
Jason,
I got to
that's-
save my best
That's
stuff
a
for
gift
later.
that's going to live forever now. Just so you're
Yeah, probably.
Somebody cut that for us.
As
and,
opposed to
gift
my
it.
hot takes that get on social media, I'll take the bad dancing every time.
It was quite a sight to behold here in the south end
Wow,
of Lambeau
who's
Field.
pessimistic now?
The Tundra
Yeah,
Trio
right?
houses.
Hater.
Yeah. I'm just a hater. I'm not pessimistic.
Oh, okay.
There's
Thanks
a
for
difference.
clarifying.
There's a difference. All right, Jason, before we let you go, now you got to get inside, but do we want your final thoughts? Malik Willis will make his Packers debut today at quarterback with Jordan Love out. Well, we'll see how it goes, right?
Yeah, look, it's not my job to root for people, all right? It's not my job to root for the home team. I'm here to tell you good, bad, indifferent, what's going on and what to expect and how to view this team. And the odds are certainly against them based on what we're looking at from what their offense might be capable of. But there is a part of me who roots for the story and roots for people. And after what we have heard said by many people about Malik Willis, I would like to see him at least make a decent showing of himself. Because, and look, I told Gabe this the other day. When we talked to him on Wednesday, I asked him what I thought was a fairly benign question about, you seem very calm, cool, and collected with us. Is that how you are all the time? It's one thing to be that way with reporters. Is that how you are with your teammates?
This is very interesting.
And he responded with, I know y'all are trying to get me, and I don't want no beef. And I got, the shirt does not say "Where's the beef" from the old Wendy's commercials, but I wasn't looking for beef from him, right? And so I do think that he had a very negative media experience in Nashville as well, right? And so again, do I think he's going to go out there and have a Matt Flynn type game in the 2011 finale when he threw for 480 yards and 6 touchdowns against Detroit?
That was a
I
fun
do
game.
not.
That was really fun.
That was a fun game.
Yeah,
but do I think that he can be serviceable? It's all up to Matt LaFleur. If Matt LaFleur puts him in a position to do simple things, to not have to do too much, then I think they have a chance today. Because you look at the injury report for Indianapolis, they don't have their best safety today in Justin Blackmon. This is a team, it's not like they're trying to beat the 49ers with Malik Willis at quarterback.
Yeah, it's a really good point by you. Now, I just want to go to JB on your interaction with Malik Willis, because you told me that on Weekly Wilde, which we record every Thursday morning. You can find that on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel. Yeah, great plug. You love the name of that show, too, Weekly Wilde, with myself and Jason Wilde. Jared, when you hear Malik Willis say that to reporters, that's really strange, right? Like, I don't want no – what do you say? I don't want no beef. You're out to get me?
I know y'all are trying to get me.
That's strange.
My take is I think he's really just not trying to take the bait and trying to spin something that may or may not be there. I think he's just trying to stay neutral in that question. I think he's trying to deflect. Clearly, I think that as players that we've been trained, and they definitely school us up on how to deflect. And I think that was it. I don't think it was a negative nor positive. I think that was his best go at it. I'm not going to really answer this question because I'm really trying to get out of here because I'm kind of tired. Cause
I don't even want to do this.
I know I got to get this playbook and I got to study some film.
Yep, that's 100% true.
And I'm here because I'm asked to be here because I know I have media duties. And so I think he was just really trying to just blow it over, put it on ice, and it's like, hey, I think you're a nice guy. I really don't want to give you an answer.
I don't think he thought I was a nice guy.
No, I don't think so either, yeah.
We talked afterward. It was fun. I did talk to him afterward. I do think he has some scars from how he was treated by the media in Nashville. And I don't blame him for being guarded. But just
Jason,
for the record, I don't want no beef either.
I don't think you're allowed to say that because we have living proof standing directly to your left. Jared Bush, Jason Wilde covered you for many years.
Yes, he did.
Was he trying to start beef? Did he try to get you a few times?
Well,
I don't like the pause there.
Right.
Well, let me think about that for a second.
He's still pausing. Let's keep that in mind. He's now grabbed Wilde's shoulder.
Somebody give me Charlie Peppra.
You know what? He's in town. we had a few beers last night, and we talked shop. It was good to see him because we shared a relationship and real close. We were like two peas in the pod. And
claimed on waivers together.
And they said how much they hated that Jason Wilde guy.
And we came actually on the same plane together, which is unique.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. We both got cut, and somehow we got funneled on the same plane in Detroit. Locked eyes, and it was harmonious ever since then.
Much like our relationship when I was covering you.
For sure.
Harmonious.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. And the more and more I saw Jason, I was like, okay, he's a stand-up guy. I think he's just doing his job. At the same time, we knew our coaches are counting on us not to kind of give any nuggets away, as well as that we never want to roll our brother underneath the table too, as well. You know what I'm saying? So even though you're asking a question, as soon as we shake hands and we're done with that interview, we got to step into a meeting with our brother. And if they hear something like, oh, Malik, oh, man, hey, man, you kind of rolled me underneath the bus.
Right.
Now that brothership is kind of a little tarnished. You know what I'm saying? And that's the game that we have to play as players.
I know McCarthy always told you guys, don't create questions for other people.
Correct.
Right? And so that was one of the overarching messages that he would give to you guys. I get that. I think the first thing he said is the right thing, and that is he wanted to get back to the playbook. He didn't want to talk to us to begin with. He knows there's a lot of pressure and expectation on him, and he didn't want to say anything that made headlines. And I would say this to Malik, congratulations. You didn't say anything that made headlines.
Yeah.
You did a very good job of being boring. The beef quote did not make it into my story.
Right. That's too bad. That's too bad.
Like
Pre-game fireworks going off, which means it's just about time to let you go. Jason, how do you see this one playing out between the Packers and the Colts, the home opener for Green Bay?
So, I had them going 17-0, so now I have to, restructure my
did not have them going
prediction.
17-0.
So now we're at 16-1. I think they find a way to win today, and I think we're writing a story about how they had to win ugly, and Malik Willis only had to make a couple of plays, but he actually made them. He didn't make mistakes, and they find a way to win.
Gabe?
I mean, he's right to his opinion.
I thought you were going to say he has a right to his incorrect.
Wrong though it may be.
I'm not going to say, he's got to go. He's got to get back into the stadium.
Yeah. Jason Wilde, enjoy the home opener. Year number 28 or 29 for you on the beat?
29. Yeah.
That is a remarkable career. Well done by you. We always appreciate you stopping by with us for an entire. I'm not retiring him.
I don't know. I got 20 more years to get to 50, so
that's his goal. That's his 21.
I need to go eat some carrots or something instead of like all the other great food that we have here, so I can live the beef.
Jason Wilde, we'll listen to you on the post-game show. We will hear you tomorrow beginning at 9 a.m. with Tausch on Wilde and Tausch. Appreciate the time.
And on Thursday, don't forget to tune in for Weekly Wilde on the Facebook, on the YouTube page.
Yeah, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube at noon every Thursday. Jason Wilde and I break it down. Gabe Neitzel, Jared Bush, Alex Strope, roll on with you. After this, it's Green Bay Game Day on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
More Green Bay Game Day coming up on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
$1 million. That's big, really big. This September, Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is handing out a cool million, and you've got a shot at winning your share. The big $1 million giveaway is here. Just play with your rewards card and you're entered to win. Couldn't be easier and couldn't be bigger. No wonder it's called the Big One. For more details, visit paysbig.com/big one. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 12th for pitchers, catchers, and position players. This annual event has attracted the top talent from across the Midwest for 13 years. This is your chance to showcase your skills in front of the top colleges in the country, and the camp is open to all players in the 2025 through 2028 grad classes. Visit grbacademy.com to register now. Raise baseball. Raise your game.
Hi, this is Lee. inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Gold medalist and ESPN Madison foodie Matt Hamilton here. Come join Jim, Matt, and Molly for our live remote broadcast at Metcalf's Market in Hilldale on Friday, September 20th from 4 to 6 p.m. As a proud Wisconsinite, you know I support local, and it doesn't get more local than fourth-generation, family-operated Metcalf's Market. It's the best place to shop for me and my family, and it can be for you too. See me and the whole team, Jim, Matt, and Molly, on September 20th at Metcalf's in Hilldale from 4 to 6 p.m. Metcalf's Market. Bring local home.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, 'cause Truck Star Collision is on my speed dial. Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truck Star Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truck Star is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truck Star Collision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Party people! It's time to get this tailgate started and get you ready for the green and gold game. This is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Broadcasting live from the shadow of the South End Zone at Lambeau Field. Alongside Gabe Neitzel and Super Bowl champion Jared Bush, here's Alex Strofe.
Green Bay Game Day rolls on live less than an hour away from kickoff. The home opener for the Green Bay Packers as they play host to the Indianapolis Colts. Both teams searching for their first win on the young season. That is Gabe Neitzel. I am Alex Strofe. He is Super Bowl champion Jared Bush, a new member of our Green Bay Game Day panel this year. I'm really glad I asked Jared earlier last hour if he was a trash talker, because that gave us the great Tony Gonzalez story. If you missed any of it, catch up on the YouTube stream. You can rewind. But essentially, he called him a flopper. Which was
I mean,
good.
Come on, man. 250. You're a Hall of Famer. Play the game right. You know, like I said, a lot of respect for the guy. I know I think he's a color commentator as well.
Yeah.
I think, you know, maybe in his older age, I think that's what he had to go to, you know, because you weren't as quick.
You got to go. You're blasting the league that long. You got to bag of tricks.
Adapt.
Got a bag of tricks you got to go to.
Yeah.
I'm curious though. Were there any other receivers that got under your skin throughout the many years you spent in Green Bay?
No, there weren't too many. Because I think most of the guys, they play the game the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, with a certain mentality. I haven't seen too many floppers. I got some no-namers. You know, Kelly Washington, for some reason, it sticks in my mind.
Kelly Washington,
I think he played for the Baltimore Ravens. He was just talking, and I'm like, dude, you haven't caught a ball all game. Like, I'm not sure. And you're losing, so I don't know. What are you doing? What are you talking about? Like I said, there's not too many guys. The guys who don't talk trash, Devin Hester, he didn't say a word.
Really?
One of the greatest ever.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and phenomenal. So to your point, the guys who don't actually play the best, it seems like.
Yeah.
Steve Smith, trash talker.
But he earned
phenomenal.
it.
Yeah, and he played big for how small he was.
Well, and seeing him on television now,
yeah.
I could see him being a trash talker.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
could definitely see that.
For sure. Yeah, he's a firecracker. Great guy. He's a mentor of me, just starting off in Carolina, so he definitely showed me the ropes and taught me how to talk trash.
We've got a thing for former Carolina Panthers on ESPN Wisconsin. I don't know if you know this. Brad Nortman is a former punter in the league, played Wisconsin. He's part of our afternoon crew. Kyle Bruston Nortman. Tarek Sala, way back in the day, played in Carolina. He's part of our ESPN Madison team. We've got a thing for former Carolina Panthers around here at Good Karma Brands. But anyway, Jarrett, something you mentioned earlier that caught my eye that I wanted to get back to is you said special teams. You couldn't make it. You could probably, with all the rule changes and the adjustments made in the NFL, it's much different than when you played. And you were a great special teamser. Does it bother you that so much has changed? I mean, you were in the league just 10 years ago.
Yeah. I think just the evaluation process, like how do you know a guy can play? What does that look like? How do you evaluate in the production points in the sense of, your value? Because you're essentially taking that play away. You're nullifying, so you're giving less opportunity to showcase what you can do. So are you creating more value in the offensive defensive positions, but you're still valuing the kicker and punter, as well as the snapper position as well too. So there's a lot of variables there because again you're getting less opportunity to showcase what you can do, given that there's only 11 starters on offense and defense. And so I think it makes it tougher. It makes it tougher for somebody like myself to pave the way, like Tremont, Sam Shields, those guys, those undrafted players that have something to prove that can play this game. And so, I think I can see it from a medical standpoint as well, from the concussions. I can see how, we want to reduce the concussion rate, being like DeMar Hamlin, right, how that happened. I can see how it's like, we need to pull back and pump the brakes and allow some of the players in that safety. How do you make that play safer? Well, you take away their speed. You take away that velocity aspect. It's like two Mack trucks hitting each other. Of course, something bad's going to happen eventually. Even though I don't care how stout or muscular you are, I think something's going to happen, and I think in a more frequent manner too. So, like I said, there's a lot of variables there. Unlike the kickoff right now, you're within close parameters or proximity. I used to back up darn near. I mean, I'm exaggerating, I'm embellishing, but I used to back up to the freaking goal line and run and haul my butt down there on kickoff with a full steam ahead and try to make the tackle. So now you're only given 10 yards, 15 yards in that kickoff. So to me, it's a 180 on its head.
Yeah, it kills the momentum factor, right?
Correct.
And that's a really interesting point from your perspective.
Yeah.
And, I think the goal with it is to open up the return game. Packers likely have a pretty good one.
Which it did last week. I mean, there were 2 kickoffs returned for a touchdown last week, which I think, honestly, though, opens up the door to more teams doing what the Packers and Eagles basically did all last Friday night and just boot the ball into the end zone. Bring it out. Okay, who cares? Bring it out to the 30. Just start there. We don't want to give you great field position, especially when you got someone like Keyshawn Nixon for the Packers.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Green Bay Game Day with you. Jarrett Bush, Gabe Neitzel, Malik Strofe. Just outside of Lambeau Field. Crowd starting to rush in to the stadium as we're less than an hour away from kickoff between the Packers and the Colts. Malik Willis gets the go at quarterback for Green Bay. Jordan Love officially ruled out with that MCL sprain. Reported earlier in the day by Ian Rappaport of NFL Network. Jordan Love is aiming for a Week 5 return. However, he could be ahead of schedule, according to Rappaport, as the American flag is ushered in just next to us here at Lambeau Field. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just hoping, because I know Adam Schefter had said, maybe that Minnesota game, which would be Week 4, would potentially be, something he could return for. That's what I'm hoping for. Just 2 games without Jordan Love because, Jordan didn't play his best in Week 1. So I'd like to get him a couple more games before you hit that really tough part of the schedule that starts with the Rams in Week 5.
Right, and I agree. But I understand the Jordan Love time frame. But today is today. I think as a player, again, I will always wear that helmet and that cap. Like, today is today. Like, they woke up in their hotel, they're eating their breakfast with waffles. I love me some waffles on game day.
Really?
Yeah.
Waffles on game day?
We doing like blueberries or just like maple syrup?
Blueberries. You got to dial it up.
So hold on. What goes on the perfect waffle for Jarrett Bush?
Yeah, so peanut butter, blueberries, bananas, strawberries, dialed in, some bacon. I think that if I can get a nice omelet mixed in with some steak, because you definitely going to need your protein going 3 hours.
Guy was in the NFL. He knows how to eat.
For sure. And no fuel, no fire. That's what Mama says. So, but going back to the Jordan Love time frame, they got to find a way to win. The same way when Aaron Rodgers got knocked out and had the concussion, we knew that we had to play tighter defense with Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn was not Aaron Rodgers, but if we create enough turnovers, we can give Matt Flynn enough opportunities to potentially put the ball in the end zone. It's inevitable. That means we're not very good if we can take the ball away at the 50-yard line, 40-yard line, and then they can't punch it in. That's on them. But as a defense, we got to be able to get it done.
Gabe, I'm going to give you the opportunity to respond to Jarrett, but I just need to commend his professionalism there as he weaved from analyzing to waffle talk back to analyzing. Well done by JB.
Well, unfortunately, in the game you're talking about, JB, special teams let you guys down.
Yeah.
Had just one of the wonkiest, craziest returns I think I've ever seen in that game that led to points for the Patriots.
In which game? Sorry.
Well, because you were talking about Matt Flynn coming up, stepping up, and when Aaron Rodgers couldn't play, you guys played New England.
At New England. Yes.
And then the offensive lineman had like the 70-yard kickoff
That
return.
was so crazy. Our special teams
Trying
coach,
to squib it.
Our special teams coach Slocum, he gave us hell.
I would hope so.
And he was not happy when we walked in that special team meeting. And that was a heck of a game.
It was, I mean,
heck
again,
of a game.
That was a game where I went in going, because we didn't know anything about Matt Flynn.
Yeah.
Like, Aaron got knocked out the week before. The offense really struggled, and you're going, and now you're playing you're playing Tom Brady and the New England Patriots.
Right.
You guys hung in. That was a fun Sunday night game.
Right. So we knew the opponent. We knew we had to step up our game regardless of the quarterback. And so we had that mentality like, regardless of who's in, we need to keep the standard. We got to keep the standard of play. We can't go in there deflated or defeated, or else you might as well not even go out there.
So after that, you guys didn't lose famously for the rest of the season.
Right.
That worked out.
Right.
So mentally getting to that step of, we can't let Matt and the offense down. And then when Aaron comes back the next week against the Giants, did that mentality really help you guys carry the winning streak you eventually went on?
Correct. Because we felt like if we could play that well with Matt Flynn, then we can play even better with A-Rod, because A-Rod's
he's pretty good.
Slightly better than I'm embellishing, but I'm downplaying it. But Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers for who
no
he is.
disrespect to Matt.
Aaron
Rodgers is world's better.
Right.
I think Matt would admit that.
Right. So we were like, man, we got this. If we can play that competitively with the Patriots, as Matt Flynn, technically our second string quarterback, we can dominate. Especially against Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, and I think he had Aaron Hernandez and Gronk, I think, at that point.
You know what I'm saying? Right. That offense was unbelievable.
So if you think the weapons that he had, and it was a super competitive game, we got this. We just need to get our starting quarterback healthy, and let's roll. That was the mentality.
Awesome perspective from the Super Bowl champ, Jarrett Bush. Gabe Neitzel, Alex Stroop with you here on Green Bay Game Day, which is presented by the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Coming up next on Green Bay Game Day as we count you down to kickoff, just 44 rather. Math, not my specialty game. 44 minutes away from kickoff. We will play our Gruber Law Office's one call. We will each make one prediction of what's to come in the game. That's coming up next. It's Green Bay Game Day on 620 WTMJ and ESPN Wisconsin.
More Green Bay Game Day coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Who's looking for a deal? Well, Cousin Subs has a better deal just for you. Cousin's new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a regular fountain beverage, and cookie at cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app for just $10. Now that's a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
The Island invites you to fall into golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. Fall golf rates run September 16th through the end of the 2024 season, with tee time starting at $75 and stay and play packages starting at $110. And submit your 2025 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
If you want to win at tailgating, you need to Boatify your beverage choice. Box Wine is the ultimate addition to your tailgate party. This premium wine comes in an eco-friendly box, fitting perfectly in your cooler or trunk. And there's no heavy glass or corkscrew to deal with. One 3-liter Box is the equivalent of 4 bottles of wine, so it's great for sharing. Bring the wine that wins with wine critics, where there's quality in every sip. Box. Be open to anything. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older. Box Vineyards, Manteca, California.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Nagging pain lasting for months, difficulty performing everyday tasks, not moving like you'd like, it's time to see the doctor. And I recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Anytime I've needed care, the appointments are timely, no waiting weeks to be seen, and no pressure to have surgery. It's about getting the right diagnosis and choosing a treatment plan that fits your life. No question where I turn if I'm injured again. The experts in care at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. It's orthowisconsin.com.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
I don't think the Jets or the Dolphins are going to win the division. I think that belongs to the Buffalo Bills. So if you're asking me who's the team that can go on the road in the playoffs and get a win, I'm going to say it's the New York Jets with Aaron Rodgers over Tua. That's not hard for me. That's not a reach.
Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is underway, and they want you to pack out Breeze Stevens Field. Need a night out with the whole family? Try the Forward Madison Family Special presented by MG&E. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf, all for just $25 per person. Visit forwardmadisonfc.com to purchase your tickets today. That's forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
Quick Trip continues our quest to make you the most fun person on the planet with ground beef at just $2.99 a pound. Come on, yeah, that's fun. Ground beef is a party in a package. Grill outs, burgers, street tacos, spaghetti and meatball movie nights. Beef up the fun and freezer up for fall, tailgates, and chili. And why would you ever cook in when you can grill out? At $2.99 a pound, you can grill every meal. Oh, and we also have any and everything else you need. Quick Trip, we got your good times covered.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, yeah.
Green Bay Game Day rolls on, less than 40 minutes away from kickoff in the home opener for the Green Bay Packers as they play host to the Indianapolis Colts, led by quarterback Anthony Richardson and a running back Wisconsinites very familiar with, the former Badger Jonathan Taylor. Gabe Neitzel, Alex Strofe, and Super Bowl champ Jarrett Bush hanging out with you from the Tundra Trio houses just outside the south end zone of Lambeau Field. All right, deep breaths. Gabe, I've made it this far with you.
We have, yeah.
You've lightened up a little bit. You don't believe in Malik Willis.
Well, because we've talked about other things. And again, I still believe in this team. I just think, and I keep coming back to this, I just think it would be different. And I know Jason talked about it a lot in terms of so many players can be a product of circumstance, and I completely understand that. And
it seems like he certainly was in a bad position.
Well, and he likes to use the example of Tausch because he works with him. But honestly, the biggest example of it in NFL history is probably Brett Favre.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Brett was drinking his way out of the league in 1992 and was a sideshow act for Jerry Glanville, who would go, "Hey, Rook, come over here and throw into the third deck," right? And then Ron Wolf takes the gamble, and the rest is history by trading a first-round pick for Brett Favre. So obviously the product of circumstance is certainly a thing, I think, in the NFL where you land in the right situation. This still could be the right situation for Malik Willis, and I would feel completely different about it if this was week 13 or 14.
Yeah, more time.
He has had less than 3 weeks to try to process an entire offense, and I understand it is a quarterback-friendly offense. They are asking him to do, and Jason brought this up as well, he's never had the opportunity to just be able to sit and learn and develop. And they have to throw him right back into the fire here. And we've seen when he's been thrown into the fire, it has not worked out for him.
Pros got to be pros, though, right? I mean, it's your backup quarterback. Eventually your number's going to be called. Unfortunately, it's less than 3 weeks into his Packers tenure.
Unless you're Doug Peterson.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Or Craig Nall as well. Yeah. Gabe, something I know you talk a lot about on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, because the quarterback 2 controversy that went on all preseason is the indication of a good backup quarterback. Your goal is to just go 500. Our gut feeling is Malik Willis will probably be the quarterback in the next 2 weeks, and hopefully when he hands the keys back to Jordan Love, this team is 1-2 or 2-1, not 0-3.
Yeah, and next week I think you have an opportunity with that, and maybe they pull off something this week. But even going back to that, I think it's you would love for a backup quarterback to go 2-2. Like, that's the goal. There are starting quarterbacks in the league that can't go 2-2, right? I mean, it's. And that's where I keep coming back to how much do I blame Brian Gutekunst for them not having a more veteran or a better situation at the backup quarterback? Because, okay, it's easy to say, yeah, just go out and get a veteran.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot harder to just go find that veteran. They obviously tried with Ryan Tannehill. I don't know. Again, I don't know if he said no. I don't know if his asking price was too high and the Packers said no. I'm not quite sure what went on there.
The other thing I'd bring up is, and Jason brought this up when he was with us last hour, is the Taylor Heineke thing is still strange to me. He got traded for a 6th-round pick. You traded a 7th for Malik Willis. You could have probably gotten a former starter in Taylor Heineke in Green Bay, and we're probably feeling a lot differently today than we are with Malik Willis. Jared.
Correct. Yeah, no, I definitely feel that, that's possible. You could have a more seasoned quarterback. However, I think their priority, if I'm the Packers, I'm trying to solidify Jordan Love as our franchise quarterback, and then everything else becomes secondary. Because if you don't ink Jordan Love, we don't have the franchise. We don't have a contender on a product that is a contender for a Super Bowl. So I think, I don't think that mentality or that assessment of a backstring quarterback or second-string quarterback and making sure that he's seasoned enough, I'm not sure I think that's an afterthought after you solidify that quarterback.
And I understand that a lot of the big money is not hitting Jordan Love this year, but there's still some money. And you need to be conscious of the cap.
Yeah.
So if a veteran quarterback goes, I'll be your backup for $10 million, I'm just throwing that number out there. I have no idea if, can I really spend that on that if I'm already committing that many resources to the starting quarterback?
Correct.
These are all things that obviously Gutekunst has to deal with as the general manager.
Right. You definitely want your star quarterback to be solidified in ink, and you want no question, especially the public, especially the community of Green Bay, and you want that identity to be Jordan Love. So you gotta give him the bag. You gotta give him the key, and as well as the keys to the Rolls Royce, because that's who you're saying that you want to identify with as well, that can take you to the promised land.
The last time I was in this backyard here at the Tundra Trio, just outside of Lambeau Field, was day one of training camp. Jordan Love was holding in at that point. A lot has changed in the last month and a half since that day when I was last here at the Tundra Trio. It's time now to get to our Gruber Law Office's one call. Gruber Law Offices has a reputation for winning. Their experienced and powerful team works tirelessly to help people and families seriously injured in accidents by providing the best care and service. There is never a fee until your case is won. Gruber Law Offices has been serving the people and state of Wisconsin for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. I will lead us off, gentlemen. Gabe, you might find this more bold than others. My one call, Malik Willis throws his first career touchdown pass today. Is that bold of me? He has 3 starts. He's had 0 touchdowns.
3 starts, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks, so that's certainly bold. If the Packers are going to win, I think my one call ends up being they need a lot of help in a lot of places. I think Jaden Reed has 12-plus touches. Whether that's catches, whether that's runs, I think they're going to have to use Jaden Reed creatively, and I think he needs 12-plus touches in order for them to win.
Before we get to JB's one call, Jaden Reed is such a fascinating piece to me. We saw what a breakout game he had in game 1 of his sophomore season here in Green Bay last week against Philadelphia. A rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown for Jaden Reed in week 1. Gabe, do you view him as the best weapon on the Packers offense?
Ooh, that's a really good question. That's a really good question. Is he the best weapon?
Yeah, he's certainly up there, but is he the best? Because Josh Jacobs ain't no slouch.
I am not going to say he's the best yet because he's still so young. I want to see a little bit more consistency. Again, great that he had the week that he had last week. But last year, how long did it take the Packers to get a 100-yard receiver? Right?
Yeah.
I think you want to get – he's certainly on a great trajectory. I'm not going to say he's the best weapon that they have yet. but he's trending in the right direction.
JB, what do you think? He's certainly on the trajectory.
Yeah,
I imagine
yeah.
you're probably in the same camp as Gabe on that.
You know what? I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. I think he's got a lot to prove. I think he's been doing everything that he's been doing. I think they just struggled to get him the ball.
Yeah.
To expose that and to show what he can do. I think he's been that, honestly, because I feel like ever since he's been on that field, he's done nothing but make plays every time. When they couldn't run the ball, they were doing fly sweeps last year too. And I think he's just now just picking up where he left off. I definitely feel that is he the best weapon? I think you got to give it to Jordan Love, because without Jordan Love, I don't think he gets the ball. Sure, you can hand it off, but I think he's not a running back. So he's a receiver, so you still need a quarterback that can get him the ball and then let him do his thing. Let him jig and waggle and run through tackles and make plays. So
I've nicknamed him Jaden Reed Light, Debo Samuel Light,
Yeah.
Debo Samuel Jr.
Okay.
Right? That's kind of the role I see Jaden Reed playing
Yeah.
in this offense. Jared Bush, your one call.
My one call, I think definitely, and I'm going to make it one call, is that the defense is going to have 2 turnovers, and I think they're going to blow your mind, just like my blow dry bar for these ladies
Yes!
doing their hair.
Located next to Who Hot
Yes,
here in
right next to
Ashwaubenon.
Panera Bread, 2621 South of 9th Street. Game Day braids.
Oh,
we do
South
all
of
types
that's
of hair.
Prime. That's prime location,
for
Jared.
sure. We do green and gold. Again, Game Day braids. We do a little tinsel. We got some sparkle spray. Even when it gets cold, we can curly hair. Any type of hair. Come on through.
That was a seamless plug. Well done by Jared.
Man knows what he's
appreciate it.
doing.
And congratulations on the
Thank
new
you.
business. Just opened
Thank
a few months ago, just up the street from us here
Yeah.
in Green Bay. If you're in need of those services, blow dry bar right
For
here
sure.
in Green Bay. Coming up next, we will take a look at the Island Resort and Casino best bets. I've got a couple of projections I want to throw at Gabe and Jarrett for this game. A couple of them regard the Indianapolis Colts running game. We will talk about that coming up next. 2 segments left, 30 minutes to kick off in the home opener. It's the Green Bay Packers. It's the Indianapolis Colts. We continue to preview it next on Green Bay Game Day here on 620 WTMJ, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN in Madison.
We're back with Green Bay Game Day after this on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. GRB is hosting its annual Top Prospect Camp on Saturday, October 12th for pitchers, catchers, and position players. This annual event has attracted the top talent from across the Midwest for 13 years. This is your chance to showcase your skills in front of the top colleges in the country, and the camp is open to all players in the 2025 through 2028 grad classes. Visit grbacademy.com to register now. Raise baseball. Raise your game.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
When you're having computer problems, you need a company you trust to get things working again, quickly and affordably. Madison Computer Works has been doing that for business and residential customers for decades. Our computer care plans take away the hassle of being without your computer or needing to bring it in for repair. Starting at only $10 a month, our local and friendly techs provide remote help and can fix most problems in just minutes. Call 608-231-8000 and sign up today. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Over the past 20 years, Wisconsin has seen a huge increase in reported elder abuse cases. Elder abuse is the verbal, physical, emotional, sexual, or financial abuse of a senior citizen. It can also be the intentional or unintentional neglect of an older person. Wisconsin's population of seniors 65 and older is projected to grow significantly in the coming decades. That's why we all share the responsibility to help protect our seniors by recognizing and reporting any signs of elder abuse. If you believe that elder abuse has been inflicted upon yourself or someone you know, please report it. Call the Wisconsin Elder Abuse Hotline toll-free at 1-833-586-0107 or visit reportelderabusewI.org. Respect our elders. Report abuse. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Justice.
This project is supported by the Administration for Community Living, ACL, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, as part of a financial assistance award totaling $120,000 with 100% funding by ACL HHS. The contents are those of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL HHS or the U.S. government.
It's all about the green and gold and nonsense on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I think it's going to be hard for the Green Bay Packers to have a lot of immediate success. So when Jordan Love takes back over, this won't be a stress-free season. They're going to have some very important games that they got to go off and win if they want to be a playoff team. So it just got a little bit more stressful.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Weekdays from 2 till 4 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Is Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
This ain't a diss song, but you know what it is. I'm a cheesehead, y'all cheese whiz.
Green Bay Game Day, less than a half an hour away from kickoff. Oh, man. JB knows every word of this song, I bet.
Yeah, man, this is big.
So you were part of that Super Bowl team where Lil Wayne dropped the quote-unquote diss track, kind of, the playoff black and yellow when you guys played the Steelers in the Super Bowl. Were you guys bumping this in the locker room? How did you guys embrace the Lil Wayne version of green and yellow?
Yeah, man. I mean, I imagine every player right now leading up to kickoff is listening to some type of music where it's slow, fast, hype. And so when he created this, man, and most of the demographic fits what Lil Wayne is. And so, yeah, we definitely played it, and we felt honored that he's talking about our team. And that was a testimony of, like, what we were doing, right? Being nationally recognized, knowing that we're playing our best football, with Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback, and we felt like we can beat anybody. And when you have that confidence, man, it says a lot, man. And I think that's just reaffirmed and assured that we're going down the right direction.
The question everybody needs to know, Jared Bush, have you met Lil Wayne?
I have not met Lil Wayne.
It's a good follow. Very good follow.
Thank you, Gabe. Appreciate that.
I dapped him up. Does that count?
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah,
if you touched him, you met him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's on the sideline.
Oh, they're best friends.
Yeah,
just
for
lie,
sure.
Jared.
For
Nobody's going to fact check you.
Yeah.
So, we're boys.
How do they fact check that?
I feel like we got to have a cup of coffee.
He was
or
hanging out with me and Pepper last night having beers. What are you talking about?
There you go. Right?
Absolutely. Time now to take a look at the best bets, which is presented by the Island Resort and Casino. The Island Resort and Casino is a premier resort destination, the largest north of Milwaukee. With everything you like to do in one awesome location, visit islandresortandcasino.com and book your total experience today. All right, fellas, I want to start here. Jonathan Taylor, former Wisconsin Badger, current Indianapolis Colts running back. 79.5 rushing yards. I think he's going over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I struggle with this Packers rush defense, man.
Yeah. It kind of feels like that's an over.
It's going to be a JT game, I think.
Yeah.
He didn't have a great game last week.
No.
16 carries. I think he only averaged right around 3 yards per carry in their loss to
the Texans,
to Houston.
Where Joe Mixon at 200 yards. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. So that's I think he's going over. I think he has a bounce back game.
Yeah. I think he has a good game. I don't think they win. I think for my mindset and as a players, we were like, they can kill us in the pass, but they won't beat us with the run. You know what I'm saying? So, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, they did both last week in the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is true.
Defense.
This is true. But we also, I feel like the offense didn't capitalize a lot of times in the red zone when
100%.
they should have. Right? If you're 30 or 40 in, you should be able to punch a touchdown out.
Gabe, you probably did the math. I think they left something like 18 points on the board.
It was
For sure.
it wasn't great. Between the missed field goal and then
two touchdowns that should have been
well, they were in
touchdowns.
the red zone. I mean, 1 of 4 in the red zone. You know, that's
Xavier McKinney's pick.
Xavier McKinney's pick, the fumble that they
Right.
they didn't really create that, but you had the turnover. You're right there.
You're right there. You're 40 and in. You got to get it. You got to capitalize on those points, and that's a testimony of the result. You know, hey, you got to get it done. You got to get it done.
How about the other side, the other running back, Josh Jacobs for Green Bay? He's only at 66.5 rushing yards.
Also over.
Yeah, I think
if they
He
win,
might get double that.
If they win, if the Packers win, it has to be over.
Yeah, I definitely. I think it's just a matter of time. I think he's a little anxious. I saw his first run. He got the ball. He just darted towards the line of scrimmage, and they actually subbed in. I don't know if you noticed, was Eugene Wilson, because I think he was a little bit more patient, and I think he actually creased the Philly Eagles for a little bit, and then Josh Jacobs got his opportunity, saw what that patience looked like, and then he started gashing them. So I think it's just a matter of time, just gaining the experience of how fast and how quick or how slow that hole should open up.
So Emmanuel Wilson did have a good game last week in the limited touches he had.
Yeah.
Are those touches going to go to Marshawn Lloyd today? Because Lloyd is active. He is set to make his Packers debut. Again, they invested a high draft pick in him.
Third-round pick out of USC.
like
Actually
that.
spent time at both USCs. Started at South Carolina, transferred to
Okay.
Southern California. Third-round draft pick this year. Has been sidelined with a hamstring injury. Is active today. It's a good question, Gabe. I don't know what the game plan is, but Emmanuel Wilson had a really nice preseason. It's a guy they liked last year. They used him in the postseason, but now
Much
they're
to your
bringing
chagrin.
to chagrin. But now I've come around. I am an Emmanuel Wilson guy, although I didn't think he should have been carrying the football against the San Francisco 49ers. Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I would like to see some Marshawn Lloyd because I imagine this is going to be a team that's pounding the rock today in the Green Bay Packers.
For sure. Yeah. I think it's exciting. I love the fact that he's up. That tells me that we have another weapon that we're gonna throw into the mix. Not only with Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, and everybody else, but we have this Marshawn Lloyd. I'm excited to see what he can do.
I'm hoping. I mean, I'm guessing he doesn't get too many touches because he did have the injury.
Yeah.
Had to miss a lot of training camp. But I think if he's going to be active today, that means you got to get him touches.
Utilize them. Utilize those backs, and,
Right.
and as you pointed out earlier in the hour, Gabe, right? Jaden Reed is such a powerful weapon. You think he's going to have 12 or more touches
12
today? That was
touches.
your
Well,
Gruber
'cause
office's one call.
Well, with Jaden Reed, it just becomes. I mean, is it the jet sweep? Sure, but it's also getting the ball in space quickly. I mean, those are easy throws from Malik Willis, right? You take the snap, you turn, you get it out there,
Dink and dunks,
and
right.
you hope that he can then make somebody miss because he has that ability.
Correct.
I love it. Gabe Knights, Alex Strofe. Super Bowl champ, JB, Jarrett Bush, with you here on Green Bay Game Day. One segment left. We give our final thoughts. We make our game picks as we count you down to kickoff. Lot 1 is cleared all the way out just about as everybody is heading inside. Just 20 minutes away from kickoff between the Green Bay Packers and the Indianapolis Colts. Each team seeking their first victory on the young season. We wrap up Green Bay Game Day after this on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Day will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
If you want to win at tailgating, you need to Boatify your beverage choice. Box Wine is the ultimate addition to your tailgate party. This premium wine comes in an eco-friendly box, fitting perfectly in your cooler or trunk. And there's no heavy glass or corkscrew to deal with. One 3-liter Box is the equivalent of 4 bottles of wine, so it's great for sharing. Bring the wine that wins with wine critics, where there's quality in every sip. Box. Be open to anything. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older. Box Vineyards, Manteca, California.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta. Whether I'm headed to a big college football game or just need a reliable ride, I trust AccuTrans Group. They're a veteran-owned business that delivers top-notch transportation, perfect for game day or any event. From tailgates to team outings to corporate travel and weddings, AccuTrans has you covered. Booking is a breeze, and their service is always safe and dependable. Visit AccuTransGroup.com to book your ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com, your go-to for reliable transportation this football season.
Forward Theater presents King James, a comedy about friendship between two diehard fans during LeBron James' basketball career. One of the greatest NBA players to ever hit the court, his influence brought promise and renewal to an entire city. This fast-paced comedy chronicles the turbulent bond between two fans whose fortunes are tied to their basketball idol. It's a slam dunk of a bromance. Performing now through September 29th at Overture Center. Get your tickets today at forwardtheater.com. That's forwardtheater.com.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
home of the Big Win and Madison Casino Guru, is transforming guests into winners. Making an ordinary day into a big win day is easy with a 95% average payout. And with over 140 daily jackpots, the number of people winning has never been bigger. So what are you waiting for? Escape to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison for your next big win.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, 'cause Truck Star Collision is on my speed dial. Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truck Star Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truck Star is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truck Star Collision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
Greg Scalzo here for Buckin' Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buckin' Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buckin' Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buckin' Honeys.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Green Bay Game Day, presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
15 minutes from kickoff. It's Green Bay Game Day, ESPN Wisconsin, 620 WTMJ. I'm Alex Strope. That is Gabe Neitzel, Super Bowl champion Jared Bush, hanging out with you for another 15 minutes as the Packers seek their first win in the young NFL season here in Week 2. Their home opener against another team seeking their first win, the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts fall last week 29-27 to the Houston Texans. The Packers fall 34-29 to the Philadelphia Eagles in week number 1 of NFL action. I want to get to game picks in a moment, but kind of want to give some final thoughts. We spent a lot of time since 9 a.m., Gabriel, talking about Malik Willis, the starting quarterback today for the Green Bay Packers. The Packers traded for him 19 days ago from the Tennessee Titans in exchange for a 7th-round pick. The Packers, in training camp in the preseason, had 2 quarterbacks, Sean Clifford and Michael Pratt. They didn't like either of them. It's kind of like that 2013 team Jarrett Bush was a part of, where they cut all of the backup quarterbacks after the preseason, and they go a different direction with Seneca Wallace and Scott Tolzien. This year, similar situation as they bring in Malik Willis. Now Sean Clifford bounced up from the practice squad. We'll back him up in today's game.
The only difference is Matt Flynn's not walking through that door.
Yeah. Well, he could. He is a free agent.
It's very, very true.
Yeah.
I think you guys, again, I think Scott Tolzien had a lot of potential, and he was able to move the ball, but threw a lot of red zone interceptions. And then Matt Flynn comes in, and we talk about a starting quarterback being able to go 500. That's what Matt went. He was 2-2 in his starts, so that helped you guys keep your head above water before eventually, Aaron Rodgers was able to make the dramatic return against the Bears in the final game of that year.
For sure.
But, I just wish they had more time for Malik. It's a tall task to ask him to be efficient and be able to score when he's only been here less than 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a big ask.
It is. I see it as he's still in his cocoon in the sense of the butterfly, right? So I think he's still in the dark. But hopefully, You never know when that time is for him. You know, when does it click? When does somebody really give him the keys to the Rolls Royce in a sense? You know, but hey, man, today is today. Tomorrow's tomorrow. So what are you gonna do? What opportunity? How are you gonna take advantage of it? You gotta corral your brothers. You know, they gotta believe him. They gotta rally and support Malik. Trust and believe. I feel like giving like a motivational speech, but
I was just about to say they better drag you into that locker room right now. Get off the show, go.
You're a little late. They're coming through the tunnel right now.
Because I just know that doubt doesn't exist when your spokes are in that grass. You know what I'm saying? Doubt. I mean, you can sense it, but it can't exist. You know, especially when you're under center. And so hopefully everybody is speaking belief into him. And he's going to go out there and play hard, play fast. See him smile out there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't see him smile out there, I mean, he's probably not having a good time, and it's probably not going away. You know, so try to keep things simple. No, I'm looking forward to it. Again, I think Matt LaFleur definitely has to put him in position to do that, though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he can't do that himself. I don't think he's there yet. But if Matt LaFleur has something dialed up for him, you'll see him manufacture points. If you don't, well, I think I can't just point the finger at Malik. I got to point the finger at Matt LaFleur too. Like, why, you have this quarterback, he's an NFL skill level. Like, why can't you manufacture any points?
Good point.
So
this might be wishful thinking on my part, but what really jump-started the offense in their two biggest wins a year ago, Detroit, Kansas City. First play of the game, both games, they took a shot.
Right. Early and often.
Any chance, first play of the game, everybody's going to be packed in the box, not expecting much from Malik Willis. They try to take a shot deep to someone like Christian Watson.
I think so. Or run a curl.
Yeah.
Run a curl.
Or just get 5 yards. One of the two.
Just get 5 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe act like you're going to run a fade and then shut it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And get that first completion, right?
Try
small
to get some
wins,
rhythm.
right?
Yeah.
Small. Don't despise the small win. How about get the small win? Hey, you used 5 for 5 or you went 3 for 3. Don't discredit that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's going to build. I tell that to my kids all the time. Hey, just make one free throw. You know what I'm saying? Make one free throw, and then, okay, let's just see if you can make 3 in a row. And then it's like, oh, okay, I'm pretty good at this, right? So that's what I would do. Again, I'm not the coach. I just try to, to give my unique perspective on things. I try not to overcomplicate it and, over-explain it. It's real simple. Confidence, you need that to exist on that pitch. Do that. Whatever confidence, whatever cultivate, you can do that to give Malik Willis. The defense is going to play his hair on fire. You got confidence. You got Jair oozing with it. You got Xavier oozing with confidence. You got Quay oozing with confidence. You got Kenny Clark oozing with confidence. There's no lack of confidence on defense. It's the offense. Can they manufacture the points?
We will see. Gabe Neitzel, Jarrett Bush, who's offering his unique perspective. Hey, Gabe, you might hold an NCAA Division III baseball record.
Ooh.
You didn't go to the NFL, though. So
I did not.
Hey, that's impressive. What is that in? What record?
2 triples in 1 inning. NCAA record.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. The pride of
the helmet fly off. Helmet fly off.
Helmet did not fly off.
Okay. All right.
No, it was fitting pretty well.
Okay.
Well fitting helmet.
I got to ask, were you standing up? Did you slide in there?
So the best thing about hitting a triple, even though you're going to be safe, you just slide it in a little pop-up.
Okay.
It's not like the hard. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the hardest to slide, so you don't have to beat this. But just slide and just pop up on the back. Yeah.
Swagger.
Hit that little Mahomes flex.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Green and Gold fans, it is game day. Keep your tailgate rolling with Bacardi, whether it's Bacardi and cola, lime and soda, or spiced in cola. Bacardi is your game day go-to. Grab a bottle at your local retailer. Live passionately. Drink responsibly. Bacardi, USA, Miami, Florida, rum, 40% alcohol by volume. It is time to make our game picks. Gabe Neitzel, we start with you.
Yeah, it's not surprising I am not taking the Packers to win this game. I think that they're asking way too much of Malik Willis. Again, it would be different if he had been here for a while. They had an actual opportunity to develop him because really the only time, it's not like he was here during training camp and able to get some reps even learning the offense as they're rotating in all the different backups. He hadn't got many reps until this week. because those reps are going to the number one, and Jordan Love was obviously perfectly healthy heading into Sao Paulo last Friday. So I think the offense is really going to struggle. They may have a turnover, sets up an easy score or something for the Colts, but I'm taking the Colts 24-10.
24-10. Oof, that's a 2-touchdown loss for the Packers. They would cover the spread, which is 3.5 points. Jared Bush, you've never made a game prediction on the ESPN Wisconsin 620 WTMJ airwaves. No pressure at all. Let's see if you can go undefeated to start things off.
Yeah, it's the first for everything. Here we go. I think it's gonna be a tighter game. I think it's gonna be 20, 23, 21. I think they're gonna manufacture points. I think the defense is gonna help be a catalyst in the points to help manufacture the lack of their offense to make it competitive. I think they're gonna get 2 turnovers. I think 23-21. I think it's real close. Could be 21-19. I think it's gonna be a tight. It's gonna be a tight game. But they're gonna manufacture points. Oddly not.
So you think the Packers find a way to win today?
I think they find a way to win because I think because the defense has so much pressure on them, and I think they're gonna respond the right way. Jair's gonna come out with so much swagger, doing right. And I think Valentine, Quay Walker, everybody's going to be they're going to be in the audience posing for a picture because they just had like 3 or 4 interception or turnover a day today.
Looking forward to seeing a few Lambeau leaps from those guys after they go.
There it is.
Let me say this. I will leave in Malik. I think Malik Willis tells Gabe, hey, man, I've got a little something here. In a very quarterback-friendly offense. However, I'm with Jared. I think it's a very close game. I will take the Packers today, a final of 21-17. It goes down to the wire. The Packers' defense looks a lot better than they did a week ago, and they force Anthony Richardson to be uncomfortable.
I'm so nervous about Jonathan Taylor getting going. You bring that extra safety up, and then a guy who wants to throw it deep is going to have some areas to throw it deep.
Yeah.
We will see.
Trying to slow down Jonathan Taylor is huge key for the defense.
We will see how this goes. Green Bay Game Night is with you immediately following the game. Join Homer and Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher immediately after the final whistle as they recap whatever happens. Will the Packers be 1-1 going to Nashville, or will they be 0-2 going to Nashville next week as they take on the Titans? Gabriel will be listening to you at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Despite your pessimism. Thank you.
We'll still be there. Win, lose, or draw, we'll be there.
Yeah, it always is. Jared Bush making his debut on Green Bay Game Day, joining us for each home game this season. Jared, great stuff today, my man. Looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. I'm pumped up, be on with you guys. And, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a great season and, talk football with you gentlemen.
Can't wait to celebrate New Orleans when the Packers inevitably make the Super Bowl. Big thanks to everybody that joined us today. Thanks to Gabe Neitzel. Thanks to Jared Bush. Big thanks to Max Meyerson running the show for us today across ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ. I'm Alex Strofe. Enjoy the game. Go, Pack, go.
$1 million. That's big, really big. This September, Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is handing out a cool $1 million, and you've got a shot